That's just yes or no. Randy, get out of here.
How do you know it's me, bro?
You're wearing the same shit you were wearing at the last case.
You wear literally the same shit.
Oh, I get it. All right. You guys can't tell me the game plan?
No, get out of here.
You're going down, son.
Oh, it's game over for you. Where's my 5K? Oh, you gave it to me on the boat.
Get out of here.
All right. I'm leaving.
You got a lot of questions for the witnesses or no?
I've got a lot for Bass, not so much for everybody else.
Bass is not even involved. It was
Bass,
it was Brian.
You know what's funny? Bass said he didn't even know that they shot.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I want to ask Bass a lot of questions, because between you and me, Bass is probably the most reasonable police officer on that force.
What?
So.
No,
I mean, you don't think so? I think you wouldn't lie. Well,
Yeah,
Brian and Bass.
Unlike about 40% of them, he's not a liar, and he actually knows what he's talking about.
True.
So.
You're right. I fuck with Bass. Just all right. Let's go over there and talk some shit, Randy.
They told me to go away, bro. They didn't want us to hear the game plan.
What's up, morons? You ready to fucking take the L on this one, Brian?
Get out of here.
You want to take a bet on this one?
This guy's a DA. This one's
Brian,
a
it's
DA.
all you, Brian. It's all you.
Should be easy,
Randy,
Randy.
get out of here.
Alright, I'm leaving.
5K says you loses. Get out.
Damn it.
Yeah, alright. 5K, bro. Put 5K on the line. Now we're gonna win.
All right, I'll do 5K too.
Okay.
Ram
Randy,
it,
you're
I got carried
probably
away.
gonna owe him 5K. I'm not gonna lie to you, Randy. Knowing these judges, I don't know. Hey, Russell, what's going on?
Is Russell the one that's presiding over the case?
No, it's fucking Artson, bro. You better go take that bet back.
Hell, bro.
Go take the bet back. It's Artson.
Yo, I just found out the judge
completely
that's
bad.
doing it, bro. I'm taking the 5K bet back, alright? Thank you.
Cop judge. Jesus Christ. Is he inside?
Fuck that, bro.
Suck his dick real quick.
He can't. He
I was
can't
gonna say he looks
oversee this
good.
one.
Yeah, let's go suck his dick, Randy. Let's go.
Say he looks good, nice beard,
Fuck
white
me,
hair.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we're lost, bro.
Yeah.
Another fucking 2
Another
hours
fucking
wasted.
3 hours.
Fuck me.
3 hours down the drain, Randy. Get ready.
Fuck.
Fuck, bro. Fuck.
Should we try bribing?
Yeah, that's definitely gonna do it for a cop judge.
Yeah, maybe it'll throw out the case quicker.
Oh, true.
Yo, what's going
Hey,
on?
Wayno.
Wayne, my man, you're looking
My
good.
man, Wayno. Artson.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
Hold it down, bro. Hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
Good to meet you. You got beautiful white hair, just like me. Seems like we have a lot in common.
I have a white
Hey.
beard, yes. I don't so much have any hair
I
anymore.
tell you what. Listen.
Oh.
Wait.
Yes, Rami, what is it?
Please.
Let's
bro.
give me a sec. Let's make this one thing.
He's gonna give him money, bro. We're about to lose.
Make this one a little okay.
It's a bit spicy, bro.
Let's make this one a little bit spicy. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
You feel what I'm putting down?
Get what I'm fucking saying, right?
Gentlemen, this case will go as it goes.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to
Right,
slap money in his
right,
pocket again,
right.
or you're on me like you did to me.
Right.
Yeah, they are. Gentlemen.
No. This is a donation for the services you provide to the city.
Let's cut it out, all right? I'll see you out there.
Rain, is there any
step
way
back.
you can make your clients not commit robbery?
Nah, yeah, actual bribery.
It's not bribery, it's a
Government
donation.
official.
Let's cut it out, all right?
Could you put some reins on him?
Hush, hush, hush.
So you get
They
your face
want
thrown
more,
out?
Randy. They want more.
Hush, hush,
All
money.
right.
Oh,
All
you
right,
got
Well, how
all
much you
right,
talking? What's the match
all
price?
right, Rami. They get paid. Do you see what you've seen what they drive, right? They get paid well
Shit.
enough. You
Well, I got
can't bribe
shot.
them with money.
Right.
What about sexual favors?
You know, sexual favors might work on Stan. I don't think it'll work on these two.
Fuck.
All right.
Is it not starting yet?
I can chill with
we-
you.
All right. So do we have
no,
our, do
no,
we have
we're
our
not.
story straight?
Yeah, let's get our
that's what
stories
we're
I'll
straight.
just stay here,
for.
live pretty, okay?
All right.
All right. So basically, what I've got for you two is
Ooh.
so you were picking Randy. You were picking Rami up from
Yes.
the Integrity Apartments.
Yep,
Sound
this
right
is
so
correct.
far?
Any joints, by the way, if you got any?
And
I'm
nobody
shit.
in this,
Armor?
nobody in this county ever has joints. I don't have armor.
But yes, so
so-
I picked him up.
So you picked him up. Bass and Walker were outside. You all, did they immediately try to stop you, or did they shoot the shit for a little while?
No, they just start blasting.
No. They started chasing us immediately.
Okay. So they let the car up. You got into the vehicle. The chase continued. How long were you guys in the chase for?
Bro, this chase went on forever. We were like 10 minutes into the chase after like 16 Sandbass Rams. Our car survived and it was stalling out. After 10 minutes is when Brian said, well, Brian was the only one in the chase at this moment of time. And he came up to us, man. And he said, this is for copper, and shot 3 bullets.
He said this is for copper and shot 3 bullets. 2 of them hit the tires. 1 of them hit me.
One hit ran me in the arm.
and
back
that's
left
the evidence
shoulder.
that we have. Back left shoulder, exactly.
Are
It
you
was
sure it
fucking
was
terrible,
this was for?
bro.
You sure it was this was for copper or?
Yeah, 100%. He said
Relating
that.
to
I'll say
the
it
court
on the
case
stand.
from earlier. Or, you know, the kidnapping one.
That was right after I sued her for kidnapping me.
Okay. So I'm gonna be completely honest. Like we really don't have to paint him like fucking Rambo or anything. The only thing that we have to show is that he shot
Fuck.
when he shouldn't have shot.
No, but
If
just
you-
make it known that's his motive. His motive for shooting was saying this is for
Yeah.
copper, you know?
Okay.
They're gonna say,
I'll-
why did he shoot? A cop wouldn't randomly just shoot, you know?
You know what's
Well,
funny?
you say,
He didn't even hit the tires, which is
Yeah, he actually did
coincidence,
hit
huh?
the tires. He hit our car.
And then he stopped shooting once the other officers showed up.
So how many bullets did he fire in total?
3.
Approximately.
It was exactly 3 shots. Exactly. I heard the bullets. I can never forget it.
Okay, so he fires 3 shots.
So
2 of them hit the car. And
traumatizing.
one of them hits you in the left shoulder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back left, like upper back.
Okay, and then what happened after that? Didn't you guys call Grayson after that? Isn't that what he told me about this one?
Well, then the chase continued
Yeah.
for another like 5 minutes, where eventually, you know, my boy's bleeding out, so I pulled over. I was like, please, can you get him some medical? And they started pointing their guns. Toretti was in the back slamming, like, you know, ramming us from behind. I got a whiplash. And they were like, we're getting Nick Grayson down here. Don't do anything until our lawyer's here. And then they were like, fuck that. And they kept on trying to, you know, bait us into driving again. Eventually we started driving. They spiked us. And they started ramming us. And then we repaired the car and got out of there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, literally, the only thing that we have to prove is that he used a lethal weapon to try to disable a vehicle when you all were not showing any threat whatsoever. That's literally all
We
we
made no
proof,
threats, no
so.
guns pointed or anything.
So I've got Walker here.
Wait,
just
where you
kinda
going? That's the
to,
courthouse. That's not a hobo camp.
Is that his Is that the
is
lorry
this?
they have?
No, I don't know what Solomon's doing here.
Bro, the bridge is opposite, bro. Where you going?
This guy's loud as fuck.
I think Solomon's emphysema's acting up on him.
What the fuck
No,
is this?
they're being represented by that one ADA. The
Who is
one
he?
that,
Shut up! Oh my god.
He's moaning.
Jesus.
My man busted a nut.
There.
Alright, let's get this shit started, bro. What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, let's go in there.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
kill
they're being
it.
represented by the ADA with he's dressed
Oh,
like a giant turd. You'll recognize him.
Let's get this moving, boys. Was this a jury case?
No, I think
Fucking-
Coyote's just helping out with the deliberations.
Look,
on
it's
it.
Raymond Reynolds himself. What's up, Beth?
He's not even
Hey,
here.
sir, how you doing?
Oh, he is. The Sam Bass special.
That is in the fucking the pitting Peter over here. What's going on? What's going on, Beth?
Not much. Just really excited to see us come
You're
on top in this
shaking,
court
huh?
case.
It looks like you're shaking right now. You're scared.
5K,
Scared of
Randy?
what?
Losing.
No, absolutely not, sir. Because I'm ready to
Guys,
face
get
the
that
your
on
truth.
Wednesday?
Let's go.
Ready to go?
Over there.
Boba,
Wednesday.
please.
78 Stevens over
Oh,
here.
shit. What was your
And
name
we
again?
also
Sorry,
got,
guys.
Oh.
Oh,
got
shit.
Knight, we got
Well, right now I think Rami's he's 0-1. So let's see how he
Yeah.
goes.
Oh, and one.
Bro,
Is
these
one of
fucking
these
cops
people
hate us,
dumbass
bro. They
case
fucking
law?
hate
Are
us,
you
bro. They
Walker?
hate us.
Whole fucking courtroom
one
for
and two.
cops. What is
I
this?
am.
is
1 and
this
2.
one Walker?
We're fucked. We're losing.
What do you
You
mean
can
this
tell.
Walker?
We
Be
can-
1
What
and
do you
2.
mean?
Because
What
they
is
didn't
Case
have the
law,
case.
court-
They
court
wouldn't
order
have
here.
one.
talk-
like
yeah,
literally everybody's yelling.
Because he's already
Wow, so-
0-1. So
Yeah,
in
you're
this
not
case,
wrong.
Okay. Case law
No,
court
1 and
over
2.
here.
Because it's
Okay.
2
What the fuck,
cases.
man?
I think we've only met the one time. I forgot that you look like a boy band version of Murphy Braun. So
Listen, we're trying to get something figured out here, sir. Can you give us a
Sir,
second?
that cop is trying to bribe you.
Case law
look
Kathy
like
over
Morgan
here
version
wants to
Murphy
fucking
Brown.
bring up case laws.
No. So
that's as
he's
fast as I
0
can
and
talk,
1
so.
because he's had one case and he didn't win. So he's 0. 1 and 2, right? There you go.
Case law Kathy. Yeah, it's cool.
To be honest, I think it's the.
Escalation of force.
I'm gonna be.
No, he's
Force
he'll be
Matrix
0
Michaels
he'll be
over
1
here.
and 2.
I think it's like
He wins.
90% the shirt.
These motherfuckers just use force level 5. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Can we get this
yeah.
shit started? Where's Crane?
All right, I'm ready.
stop talking
And
to the
then if he
ops.
wins again, the next one Wednesday, he'll be 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Why do I lose one every single time I go to a court case?
Yeah. He'll be
2 and 3. You won 2.
I don't know, guys.
Order in the court. Order in the court. This court will now hear proceedings in El Ramen versus Los Santos Police Department.
1 showers?
All right.
Push it.
Statement
Need a
of
vandal?
claim is as follows. On or about May 23rd, 2020, plaintiff Arami El Rahman was exiting his apartment and entering the vehicle of his friend Randy Bullitt at Integrity on Elgin Avenue when he was confronted by Sergeant Sam Bass and Cadet T.J. Walker.
Bro, watch I get charged
Sergeant
for
Bass
reckless
and Cadet
evading,
Walker
bro.
ran
Even though
into
we
the
got away.
car,
I'm fucked.
ran to the car as plaintiff El Rahman had a warrant for his arrest for the charge of reckless
I'm
evading.
gonna get charged for
Pursuit
reckless
ensued and
evading.
additional officers joined the pursuit, including officers Dominic Toretti and Brian Knight. During the pursuit, Officer Toretti began to ram the vehicle occupied by the plaintiff. The vehicle began to stall out, at which point Senior Officer Brian Knight opened fire on the vehicle. At no point did plaintiff El Rahman or the driver of the vehicle, Randy Bullitt, brandish fire or threaten to fire any weapon upon officers.
It's
Plaintiff
true.
El Rahman was struck in the shoulder by these shots. Plaintiff El Rahman brings suit for excessive use of force as Officer Brian Knight deployed lethal force in violation of contention. The plaintiff is contending that it was in violation of 4th and 8th Amendment rights. Do I have this correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. All right. We are going to hear arguments in this civil case. I will remind everybody here and present, this is a civil case. This is not a criminal trial. The burden of proof is lessened. Plaintiff must prove a couple of things based on a preponderance of evidence. First,
What is this guy
that
saying, bro?
wrong or harm was done unto his personage, and that second, the cause or the wellspring from which that harm
Whip
erupted
me up
is
when
the
it's all
LSPD,
over.
in particular, the named Senior Officer Brian Knight. After proving these two things based on a preponderance of evidence, plaintiff should expect some type of remuneration in the form, in this case, of money or other type of asset. And that's how we do a civil case. Nobody's going to jail unless they piss me off, which with the crowd
Well,
I have in
hell
front of
yeah.
me, what do you think, Coyote? Give it about
60%.
60%? I was going to give it a 40%. You want to meet in the middle?
I've already talked to them. They're already pretty riled up, back and done.
All right, so what do you think? Meet in the middle?
Oh, he wants to talk
About
shit.
50-50?
We go
All right,
50.
we give it about a 50-50. Somebody's going to jail today.
Alright.
Like a 30%
All
chance.
right,
That's
very well.
Dupre, though.
That being
so.
the case, plaintiff, or well, actually, we will hear opening arguments. So, plaintiff, floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Let's go.
And
Crane.
may it please the people of the court. This case is a simple case which seeks to contest the
Who the hell is
tactic
that?
frequently used by the Los Santos Police Department, the Blaine County Sheriff's
Bro, we got
Office,
one
and the
supporter,
San
huh?
Andreas State Police. It has become unfortunately common for police officers of this state to, quote, go for the tires, shooting a moving vehicle occupied by suspects.
My
Plaintiff
boy.
today seeks to prove that this tactic is not always appropriate. This state
Who is
respects
that?
Tennessee v. Garner, which states that a police officer may use deadly force to prevent a suspect from escaping, only when the officer has a good faith belief that the suspect poses a significant threat of death or serious physical injury to officers or others. Tonight, this court will hear testimony indicating that the plaintiff under no circumstances fit these criteria. He brandished no weapons, he fired no weapons, he harmed no officers. He, in fact, made no threats. He was simply wanted on an evasion charge, and he was simply evading at the time. Nevertheless, members of the Los Santos Police Department, as this court will hear, elected to go for the tires, negligently shooting the plaintiff during the process.
Is that Garrett?
Tonight, through testimony and evidence, the plaintiff will ask this court to find that the officers acted with gross negligence when electing to use a lethal firearm as a tactic to disable a vehicle, striking the plaintiff in the process. Thank you.
That was amazing. Holy shit.
All right. Defense.
Yeah,
Thank you,
tried
Your
to
Honor.
shorten it up a bit.
Today, we hear the plaintiff's attempt to funnel money out of the state due false and unverified claims of pain and suffering, mental anguish, and
Oh,
punitive
shit.
damages. The defense here will show you how the officer's actions were justified, and we request that this civil case be denied and nothing of value be gained from it.
Oh, fuck you. Shit, bro. He knows.
Very good. Mr. Crane.
Your Honor, we would start with Sergeant Sam Bass.
Sergeant Bass, please step forward.
This
Be
little
sworn
pussy
in.
clock.
Oh, I'm coming.
I mean, go ahead and wipe the crumbs off of your shirt there.
Sorry,
Sergeant
man. I was eating
Bass.
some teriyaki chicken.
Oh,
You
is
bring
it
it
good?
up to share with the
You say
courtroom.
turkey
or-
chicken?
Hey, is it good?
Wait, say that
Yes,
again?
with some nice steamed broccoli.
Oh,
Teriyaki chicken.
No, nope, not good. All right, go ahead and swear his ass in. Oh,
Right,
God,
sir, raise your left hand for me.
Ooh, I'll kick your ass out of my courtroom for that.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury, so help you airborne?
I do.
He's been sworn in, Your Honor.
Very good.
Very good.
All right. I know this isn't the first time that we've met like this, but can you please state your name and occupation for the court record?
Of course. Name is Sam Bass, Sergeant in the LSPD. Badge 450.
All right. Thank you, Sergeant Bass. Were you on duty on or about May 23rd, 2020?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have another officer riding with you on that day?
Yes.
Who was that officer?
Jesus.
That would be Officer Walker.
Okay. And on the date in question, did you encounter plaintiff Rami L. Rahman?
Yes.
All right. Was the plaintiff with anybody at that time?
When I first saw Rami, he was exiting a vehicle going inside Integrity. That's when I made the call for units for backup since he had a warrant for reckless evading. Then I saw him enter a black and colored bullet.
Okay. Did you know who that black and color bullet belonged to?
No idea.
Okay.
My last
did
name's
you know
Randy
who was
Bullet.
driving it?
Boom. Done.
I wasn't sure at first, till later.
Okay. Did you inform the plaintiff of his warrant, or did they immediately take off on you?
As soon as we made eye contact, he got in the vehicle and took off. We attempted to pull him over and perform a felony stop, but they took off.
Okay. And approximately how long did this pursuit that you were in with them last?
I've lost visual on him a couple times in the pursuit due to my cadet driving. However, I would say it roughly lasted
Fucked up.
10 to 15 minutes.
Shit, fucking FTM, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, so when you say due to your cadet driving, are you saying that TJ Walker is a bad driver?
He's an inexperienced
He's a
driver.
shit
sir.
driver.
Maybe you're an
Okay.
inexperienced teacher.
All right, hold it down in there.
Yeah, whatever you say, boss.
Try that again,
right.
Rami.
Yes, sir.
Try that's better.
Try it. Say it. Say it.
Just fucking judge.
You don't want to smoke.
You
All
want
right.
Bailiff, go and stand by Mr. L. Rahman, and if he so much as breathes in a way that annoys me, remove him from the courtroom.
All right. I know you said you lost visual, but while you maintained visual, at any point during this pursuit, did
You're about to go in
the
for
plaintiff
contempt.
brandish any firearms?
Yo, Dan,
No,
if you're
sir.
a man, you tell the judge go fuck
Did the
himself.
driver of the vehicle
Tell him
brandish
to go
any
fuck
firearms?
himself, Dan.
No, sir.
You're a man,
Did
Dan.
they
You say, you know,
ram
fuck
into
you, judge. You don't
police
tell me what to
officers?
do.
You're probably talking super loud.
I
where
did not
your-
witness
your
that myself
lawyer's
because
having
I wasn't
trouble
on scene when it
hearing,
happened.
so, I mean,
Okay. Were
bad,
officers
bro?
harmed in any way
was that?
during this pursuit?
I do recall
fucking go right now?
Officer Reddy and Officer Knight
you want to go to jail?
stating that
Tommy?
they
You
are
want to go
Bro,
to
you ain't
jail?
gonna do
Break
shit,
checking-
pussy, alright?
and
Please, calm
attempted to
down.
cause harm to their
gonna
vehicles
arrest
and
no one.
themselves inside the vehicle.
Can you explain what you mean by brake checking?
Brake check is when you go really fast, roughly 60 50 miles an hour, and all of a sudden try to bring your vehicle down to 0 miles an hour.
Yeah, I eat.
As a
Okay,
result,
and,
you try to cause harm or injury to the unit who's pursuing after you.
do officers have any way of rectifying this so-called brake check?
Could you elaborate more as far as your questioning?
Are there any actions or evasive maneuvers that officers can take to avoid that?
Absolutely. We're usually taught and trained to keep distance, roughly a car or two of length of space between the vehicle in question being chased and a primary unit.
Okay. As a sergeant with the Los Santos Police Department, under what circumstances is it acceptable to fire on the tires of a moving vehicle?
Based on my experience in training, if we believe the person inside the vehicle is a threat to others and the police officers.
Okay, and when you say a threat, what sort of threat do you mean?
Yo, what up, A-man? How
I
you
would
doing,
say
my
a
man?
threat that is an active threat that is a danger, an immediate danger to others and around him.
Okay. And when this tactic is employed,
Easy.
is there a chance of the bullets missing the car?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there a chance that the bullets can enter the cabin of the vehicle and strike someone inside?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, he just whipped someone.
And this is going to sound like a silly question, but in your professional opinion, is a police-issued sidearm or pistol a lethal weapon?
Correct.
So firing that weapon, would that be considered use of lethal force?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Right
at
now, you
what
think it'll be
point
that
during
long?
this pursuit did officers open fire on the vehicle?
I'm just gonna do it free for all. Fuck it.
I wasn't present when Officer Knight opened fire. However, I believe after calling it on the radio multiple times, they're brake checking the primary unit. That's when I believe Officer Knight opened.
You want to shout one
fire
down
on the
right now?
vehicle.
Did the plaintiff inform you that he'd been struck by
No,
any of
fuck
this
you.
gunfire?
He did during the last felony stop before he took off.
Okay. No further questions for Sergeant
One
Sanders.
down, one down.
Thank you.
You did not see. You whispered that. Look at this little
All
pussy
right,
car.
how are you doing, Sam Bass?
I'm all right. How are you, sir?
All right, good. It was mentioned before by the plaintiffs that a gun is, well, your police firearm is potentially lethal. Is a car
Correct.
potentially lethal?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, sir.
Wow.
Damn, the fucking
Damn.
disrespect. This guy is so disrespectful. Jesus. What a fucking asshole.
Did the plaintiffs attempt to use a car in a lethal manner?
If I remember correctly, yes. They try to brake check, therefore they use their vehicle as a weapon.
All right.
He's
that's enough for
lying
me
because he
unless
said he didn't know
my,
that they shot.
co-counsel has
He
anything to
didn't
add.
even see, bro.
Yeah.
Let me question him. Let me get this motherfucker, bro.
All right, so Counselor Crane brought up that Mr. Al-Rahman had mentioned being shot. With that being said, did he request any medical aid?
He did.
Did you tell him that you would call medical?
Absolutely. In fact, we had medical
He's
stage
lying.
after we performed the felony stop.
Okay, and what happened after you told him that you would call medical?
He refused to surrender. I told him multiple times to exit the vehicle, surrender peacefully. Upon apprehension, I'll provide medical aid as soon as possible.
Okay,
Now watch this shot.
and that's when he took off, right?
Correct.
Okay, did he say anything else that stuck with you during that stop?
He mentioned something about lawsuit and calling his lawyer right away.
Was this before or after you offered medical?
This was during the felony stop.
The second one? Or before you
Yes.
took off for the last
Correct.
time?
The one across from Crusade Hospital on Davis.
Okay, and did he say this before or after you offered medical?
I think before, but I don't remember exactly. Sorry, my memory's a blur.
Okay, so just to clarify, the last felony stop happened. He said he was shot, and then he said it was a lawsuit incoming. You offered medical if he surrendered himself to the police, and then he denied it and ran.
Correct.
Or
The driver of the
drove off.
vehicle drove off with
Oh, this is
Mr.
an
Arahim in
easy
the
win.
vehicle.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
We'll see. It's all going to hinge on how the judge feels about
redirect,
that brake checking
Mr. Crane.
thing.
Yeah, let's redirect. I got some questions.
No
All
redirect,
right.
Your Honor.
Sam
Seems like
Bass.
your
Your Honor.
client is jumping forward here, Mr. Crane. Is
Your Honor,
that
I'd like for the courts to note that he's not even a client; he's a witness.
He's a
He
witness.
is in
Oh,
fact
he's
a
a-
witness.
All
I'm a
right, well, then he can
co-counsel.
go ahead and step back.
I'm a co-counsel, bro. Please.
You are about to break the law and practice
Fuck me,
law
bro.
without a license.
Corruption, bro. Corrupted fucking place. Covering up his tracks. Tell me, how the fuck did he see the vehicle was using a deadly weight if he didn't even see the
Mr.
shots
Randy, I'm
fired?
gonna hold you in
Be
contempt of
silent.
Up
Hold in
yours.
contempt of court, 1 count. See me after the court case.
Nah, you can go fuck
Am I all
yourself.
set, Your Honor?
You are all set, sir. You may
Thank you,
step
sir.
back. Find the glass.
And we do
You're
not
a
plan to
witness.
recall this witness.
Very good. Sergeant Bass, should
You're
you have
lying.
other places to be, you are free to leave.
Thank you, sir.
Nah,
Mr.
fuck
Crane?
that. Recall him as a witness. Bro. Fuck him.
Call him up, man. He's fucking lying.
Yeah.
Your Honor, we would call Cadet T.J. Walker to the stand.
Cadet Walker.
Fuck.
He
My
already
brain's looking
testified
better.
that he didn't see it, so
Oh, he did?
yeah, he had already testified to that. That's how you knew it.
Please
But he
raise
said
your
that
right
the
hand.
vehicle was using a deadly way.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury, so help you airborne?
Yo, Jimmy, I
He's-
appreciate you a
he's
lot.
been
Thanks for
sworn in,
the
Your Honor.
one.
Very good. Mr. Crane.
All right, sir. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record, please?
Yeah, full
1
name's
year,
Terrence
holy
Walker.
shit.
Go by TJ.
What the
For
fuck,
Cadet
Wayne,
LSPD.
Jimmy? I appreciate that.
All
1 year,
right,
that's crazy, dude.
Cadet Walker, thank you. Were you on duty on or about May 23rd, 2020?
Yeah.
All right, and were you riding with Sergeant Bass?
That would be correct.
Okay, and did you encounter plaintiff Rami El Rahman?
I did.
Okay, was the plaintiff with anyone else?
I mean, there was multiple times. I mean, sure. A few different
specific-
instances of them being together.
Specifically, the instance that began at the Integrity Apartments.
I did.
Okay, who was he with?
Mr. Randy Bullitt.
Okay, and did the plaintiff have a warrant for his arrest?
He did.
What specifically was that warrant for?
I believe at the time it was reckless evading.
Okay, just reckless evading, no other charges.
I can't recall all the way back to that point. Reckless
Jesus.
evading was, I believe, what we had on the system for it. Could have been another thing. I don't know.
Okay, is it normally just for clarity? Is the most important charge normally put as like the title on there then, or is it? Do you just pick any charge at random?
Well, that's actually dependent on the person who's writing it, frankly.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. Did you ever inform the plaintiff that he had a warrant out?
Did I ever inform him?
Yes.
In regards to what we were in a
Yo,
car chase.
Papa would say one for 7 months in a row. Papa thinks
Prior
it
to
was
the
a 7,
car
my man.
chase beginning, did you inform him that he had a
appreciate
warrant,
everyone
or did
dropping another chat
you
for
just
him.
turn the lights and sirens on him?
To my knowledge, I asked for him to stop, not get in the car, and then they took off. So, in a span of maybe half a second,
Okay.
Yo,
understood.
Blitz.
take that
I
for
love
what
you
it
too,
is.
bro.
How long did this pursuit last?
10 minutes or so, 15.
All right. At any point during this pursuit, did you see the plaintiff brandish any firearms?
To be frank with you, they're in a Bullet, which is a very small windowed car in front of you. To actually see into the back end of the
Weren't we
car
in a
and to
Banshee?
see a weapon would be very hard to do.
It was a bullet, remember? The
was?
black one? Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, did you see them, smash out the glass or point anything out the window at you then?
No, but the glass was already smashed due to their reckless driving.
Okay. At
He's
any point during
lying.
this pursuit, did the driver or passenger fire any weapons from the vehicle?
Wait,
Not to
really,
my
Blitz? Fuck, it's all good,
Okay.
bro.
Were any officers harmed during this pursuit that you're aware of?
That I'm aware of. I mean, I know that
No.
Brian was brake checked, which is a form of, aggression towards an officer. I don't know if he was injured during it.
So
I was
no,
not
bro.
personally.
Okay. At any point during this pursuit, did officers open fire on the vehicle that the plaintiff and the driver were in?
I was unaware of that.
Okay. Did the plaintiff inform you that he had been struck by gunfire?
Oh,
While he stopped, which was probably maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the actual stop, did he say that he was hit?
What is
This is
going
also
on?
while I think Rami was on the phone saying that he was calling his lawyer an easy lawsuit.
That's
Alright.
objection irrelevant and that's never
Speculation.
happened. Speculation.
Yo, Marek with a
Mr.
2-1
Crane,
for
you might
11
want
months in a row.
let
Marek
your
thinks for
client
11,
know
my
it's in
man.
his best
What?
interest to let you control this.
Yeah, sorry.
None of that made any sense to me. I didn't think.
No, it's all right. Rami's trying to help.
Okay.
I'm trying to help, man.
He's trying to help. It's all right.
I appreciate your attempts, but I'll take the objections, Rami. I got this.
Okay, no problem.
All right, I've got no further questions for
stalling, bro.
Cadet Walker. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just confirm some stuff.
Defense.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm gonna take question in, please. All right, Officer Walker. Real quick, just to clarify a few things. When you're on your final felony stop, you said it was 2 to 3 minutes in. How long were you at the felony stop for, if you remember?
If I give a guess, probably a solid 4 to 5
Trivial?
minutes.
45 minutes?
No, 4 to 5.
Oh, 4 to 5. Okay, sorry.
Not 45, my bad.
Sorry.
He got a southern accent, son. God
Sorry.
damn, I understand.
I don't
what
have
you're
a
saying.
southern-
Why
what
you-
the-
what
He
you,
just, it said, he
you
said it
got
a little
something
fast.
against southern people?
No, he just said it
What's
was going
going on
fast.
right
I got
now?
confused. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
It
What
was
happened,
I
Southern
clarified.
accent? What the fuck?
I'm watching you, Mr. District
Is
Attorney.
he
I
dissing me,
clarified,
Hudson?
Your Honor.
It sounds like he doesn't like southern people.
You don't
there,
like
Coyote.
Mississippi?
Your Honor,
I
I'm
don't
from
sound
the
like he doesn't
South.
like.
What?
Bull. Oh, really?
I just don't have an
You
accent.
Really? Really? All
Yeah.
right. How do you cook your
Sure
grits?
likes Bobby.
How do I cook my
What the
grits?
fuck is
How do you
this?
cook your grits?
With my mom makes them.
I got this, Hudson. I got the
All
other.
right, that's fine.
What
do you got
chain
for
is notoriously known for closing on Sundays? Fast food.
him?
Chick-fil-A.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, okay.
It's not even a southern thing.
That's not even.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not
just the
Your
United
Honor, can I
States.
get
All
a
right,
question to the
continue.
witness, please?
Continue. God damn it.
They spread out.
All right. So okay. So you said 4 to 5 minutes. Okay. Did he request medical at all on the stop?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Did I just want to make sure because I know Sergeant Bass did, but did you offer any medical or was it just Sergeant Bass?
Objection outside of the scope.
We're talking. He answered. I opened the scope, Your Honor, by asking if he requested medical.
And now you're asking if he offered it, which is completely separate. If you've only got a few for him, so you don't have to mark him for cross.
That's
I'll
pretty
withdraw.
much what it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll withdraw the objection. I don't want to be an asshole.
Very well. Objection is withdrawn. Witness will answer.
I was not in charge of a lot of the talking back and forth in the dialogue, so to what I recollect, it was Sam Bass leading that, and he offered it multiple times.
Okay. And then Mr. Rahman denied medical and just drove off. Correct.
Well, I mean, Randy was the one driving.
Or sorry. Yeah. Mr. Rahman denied the medical and then they drove off.
Yeah, they said they weren't gonna get out of the car, and yeah, they fled again.
Okay. No further questions. And we will not be recalling Mr. Walker.
Very well. Mr. Crane, redirect.
Yeah, I've just got a few for him.
Very good.
All right, when you say that the plaintiff refused medical, your answer was a little jumbled there. You said he refused medical and that he refused to exit the vehicle. Which one was it?
Well, he wanted the medical, and Bass had mentioned many times that he would peacefully offer medical as soon as he got out of the vehicle. He did not get out of the vehicle, ergo refusing medical.
Okay, so did he ever verbally deny medical treatment?
No.
Okay. No further questions.
All right. Officer, step down. Mind the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Crane.
We would call Senior Officer Brian Knight to the stand.
Oh my
Officer Knight,
fucking
please
god,
step
bro! It's not
forward.
over yet. Come on, come on.
Please raise your left hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury, so help you airborne?
I do.
He's been sworn in, Your Honor.
Check
Crane.
Reddit, boys.
Hide it. Oh. There's no point trying to hide it. Oh,
This is not the first time we've met like this.
No
but,
point trying
you
to
can't state
evade
your
it.
name
Oh,
and not fiction for the record.
I know I got a problem. Oh. Problem with misbehaving.
Come on, Big D, bro.
Were you on duty on or about May
If
21st,
you fall
2020?
for me,
Okay.
I'm
Did
not
you have any other officers
easy
writing
to
on that?
please.
I did
I
not.
might tear you
Okay.
apart.
Were you part of
Baby,
the
from the
pursuit,
start.
involving
Told you
plaintiff
from the
Rami
start,
Al-Rahman?
I'm only gonna break your heart.
Part of
I'm
many
only
pursuits.
gonna break
Rami
your
Al-Rahman,
your heart.
Specifically,
I'm only
the one that
gonna
was
break
at the
your
integrity apartments
your heart.
initiated by Sergeant
I'm only
Sanders.
gonna break your
One
heart.
of, I'm sure of many.
Whoa.
What the fuck? People
Do
bopping.
a lot of pursuits begin in that particular fashion?
From the streets.
Yes, Rami Al-Rahman is
What's good,
known to
boys?
flee many
shut up,
many
Ryan.
pursuits over very small charges, such as this one in this case, which often
Boys, when they
leads
got told that
to,
car was paying attention to
automatic
yourself.
fire and
What the-
class 1 fire against police officers,
I'm
despite
gonna
being
object to
advised.
the rest of
Yeah,
that
object,
I'm
object.
answer
sorry, I
isn't-
thought you wanted me
that's
to.
outside his narrative.
What y'all ass doing home so early?
Mama, I got you. Officer Knight,
Every time
please answer
CG
the
makes just have
questions
you on
as
the
well.
block.
You ran home. You don't run
Absolutely.
home.
What is
with
this?
me.
I'm sorry, I
You
thought he
know,
was
whoop his ass,
asking
you gotta
for-
deal with me.
Under
No.
What the fuck?
Did the plaintiff have a warrant for his arrest
Oh,
at the time of that
shit.
pursuit?
He did.
Do you recall what the charges for that warrant were?
Nice, dude.
I believe it was reckless driving.
Reckless driving, okay. How long were you part of that pursuit, approximately?
I'd gauge like 10 to 15 minutes. It was. You could call it like one long pursuit or many pursuits, even though it was some stop and go.
When you say many pursuits, do you mean the one or two times that the vehicle
Bruh.
pulled over the side?
Who put the roadblock down?
Would you like me to elaborate?
Yes, please.
Who's that?
Sure.
It was
For
you,
example,
bitch.
the pursuit was stalled at one point when it appeared he was pulling over
It was you,
when
bitch.
I let him know, Rami, what the heck are you doing? It's only evading charge. It's not that bad. You're making this worse.
You're the right guy, bro.
Okay, at any point during this pursuit, did
Randy?
plaintiff Rami Al-Rahman brandish any firearms?
What are you playing?
Yeah, I'm just on the Reddit, to be honest.
I'm
downloading COD right now. It's updating.
No, he did not.
All right.
This was
Okay.
one of the few times
actually
he
nearly
didn't
done.
pull out a Molotov.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yo, Hazard with the
That's
5 to 1
objection,
gift us
Your Honor.
subs.
That has irrelevance.
Hazard, thanks so much to the 5, my man. I appreciate it.
At any point during this pursuit, did the plaintiff fire any
You're
firearms?
just ignoring me now at this point.
You don't give a fuck
I'm
about
sorry,
you.
I couldn't hear
Can you ask the
the
question again, please?
over Rami.
At any point, did the plaintiff fire any firearms?
Shut up.
He did not.
What the fuck is
Same question for the driver, Mr. Bullitt. Did he brandish any firearms?
He did not.
Did he
Got
fire
it,
any
sus
firearms?
cock. What the fuck is this?
Okay. Were any officers struck by the plaintiff's vehicle in
Is that
this
Kaka?
pursuit?
I was.
In what way were you struck?
I'm fucking done,
well,
bro.
off just refer to my GPS real quick here. Pull it out on my phone. It's accurate. Excuse me, Your Honor.
What?
He just made a motion. Just took his index finger and made a splitting motion towards my son.
Sir, I don't think there was any witnesses that can even witness this type of thing. He's making stuff up, Your Honor, as he's trying to sway the court case in his way, Your Honor. This is bullshit. This is sorcery.
Sorcery?
I'm gonna choke you out with your own goddamn schmuck.
On
Oh.
me?
That's right. You better behave in my courtroom.
Wait,
You better tell the fucking bailiff to fucking behave because I'm sick and tired of this bullshit.
Oh shit.
Did you
Bro,
just
this
knife
is-
hand me?
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't, sir. Also, if anybody has a burger, I'm currently dying to starvation.
Yeah, somebody can help.
on the block.
I don't want one from Sam Bass because he probably poisoned it with White Claws or something.
Bro, what the
There
fuck?
you go.
You know Sam Bass, guys, am I right?
There's like 15 of them there, so I bet else need some. So
You got. Sorry, it's all mine now, Crane.
I think Vinny's
Fuck
attacking
Sam
when he
Bass.
messes up.
Sorry, continue,
All right,
guys.
if we could continue,
Yeah, we had such an outburst from Brian. Sorry.
Scratch that, Charter. Scratch
Yeah,
that.
Brian, stop outbursting. Let's continue.
Right. If you could please repeat the question just for all of us.
I had asked in what way was an officer struck by the plaintiff's vehicle,
Right.
and you were going to be
Particularly.
referring to your particularly yourself. You were about to refer to a GPS location.
Right. So we were going after I had had the brief conversation with Rami trying to de-escalate. We started going down Center Street towards the Integrity Motel. At a high speed, I'd say roughly 60 miles an hour.
Bro, there was a good
after
one here.
which the driver, later to be found out as Randy Bullet, ended up slamming the brakes. The vehicle stopped completely suddenly, nearly causing me to get ejected.
Send this to Conan right now.
I could feel my body pressing against
Rami or him is my hero.
What the fuck?
the belt, and remember the impact of the belt stretching across my stomach as my body was pushed up against the steering wheel.
I'm fucking dumb, bro.
Trying to take me out after
What? Officer Knight, did you take any evasive maneuvers to avoid rear-ending the plaintiff's vehicle?
I most definitely did. I had to hit the brakes as fast as I could.
What?
It was immediate, but due to the sudden braking of Randy Bullet, any form of evasive maneuvers would have been impossible.
Did you attempt in any way to swerve out of the way, either to the left or the right?
I did.
There's one of Big D I'm trying to find, chat.
However, due to
the
speed, the braking speed of the Bullet versus the braking speed of the Tauruses, which have notoriously bad braking speed, and due to the high-speed pursuit that we were in, it would have been rendered impossible.
Did I pass it? A pug? Yeah.
Okay, and how far behind the plaintiffs were you following when this rear-end accident occurred?
Sir, are you asking? Well, I don't have a measuring tape, but I was within standard driving pursuit distance, which is anywhere from, well, it's hard to say. No, we give enough that they're enough.
Yeah, make
space.
some shit up. There you go.
I'm sorry, he's.
I found it.
Enough that had
Chat,
he
look at this
break
one.
normally, there would not have been an issue.
Yeah, keep making shit up, Brian.
He's fucking lying, bro. We didn't even touch the back of his car. What the fuck is he on about?
Gentlemen, keep it down.
He touched our car. What the fuck is he talking about?
When you say enough that had he brake normally, there would not have been an issue, do individuals frequently brake normally during pursuit?
Did you see any GSF?
Even on
fucking
sharp
rolling
turns,
up on their asses,
absolutely,
holding
because
them
a
up,
sharp turn
making an
would-
innocent phone call to them, telling them to come down to the fucking set. Oh, if I fucking want blood, this is the fucking Grim Reaper coming out. This ain't okay. This ain't
I'm fucking
acceptable.
done, bro. It's so
Did
good.
you see any GSF on their own? We fucking rolling up on their asses, holding them up, and making an innocent phone call to them, telling them to come down to the fucking set. Oh, if I fucking want blood, this is the fucking Grim Reaper coming out. This ain't okay. This ain't acceptable.
Oh shit, Pug D.
Chang, you look so cute up there dancing.
Right now, were you, and at what point did you open fire during this pursuit?
After it was very clear to me that a brake check
And how many rounds did you fire?
Look, there it is.
I would say probably 3 perhaps 4.
Okay, and what was the
He's got his
intention of
umbilical
this?
cord attached.
To disable the vehicle
compared
such
to that other pup
that
we had, which was
the
only a few
reckless
days older,
driving
4 or 5 days older.
could stop,
shows
given that at
just
this
how
stage,
fast they're growing.
Randy was posing a
This little
threat not
pup
just to myself
has
as an
definitely got some
officer,
catching up
but
to do.
other individuals in an attempt to allow Rami Robin to escape a small war.
Okay, can you elaborate on what you mean by disabling the vehicle?
In a colony of thousands,
Well,
Mum needs to make sure
by
she's not
taking
feeding
out
the
the
wrong pup.
tires, officers are able to. The vehicle would naturally slow
Here
down.
she comes.
In turn, allowing us to very much more easily
That kiss is how the mum and pup recognize each other.
She's not my real mom.
What the fuck is this, bro?
Well, this is what that little pup's been waiting for.
Boobs.
It's dinner time.
What the fuck?
And it's really got to make the most of these feeding sessions because it's only got 10 days with its mum. After those 10 days, the female's going to stop suckling the pup and she's going to head north with the males. And that little pup is going to be abandoned with nothing to eat. So it's really got to build up its fat reserves now.
I have maximum mana. I am in my full form.
Our changing climate is making early ice breakups more and more common. In 5 of the past 10 years, bad ice meant the colony struggled to raise pups. In 2017, the ice broke up so early that the entire year's pups drowned overnight.
The driver to more easily move out of the way of a box. For example, if the front tire were to go out and we were to box on the passenger side of the vehicle, steering out of that box would be much more difficult.
So fat.
Of course, it depends on the drivetrain as well.
Just in a few days from that tiny little newborn now to a big
Mum,
fat
it's
sausage.
2 a.m., you dumb bitch. Go to
So
sleep.
we're gonna hang out and see if Mum encourages it for its first swimming lesson.
Yeah, train me, please. Train me, Daddy.
What the fuck?
Has anyone ever told you you've got a nice asshole?
Wait, did you say professional opinion? Because I did.
Did you just record a
Objection.
asshole?
I don't shoot tires out of vehicles.
Yeah, sure.
I shoot
Rami,
at
shut up.
tires.
All right, everybody, calm down.
Yeah, miss every shot, Jesus.
Yeah, you missed every shot. Aim for the tires,
Hush.
aka take my armor out.
Let me consider this particular objection. The objection is on speculation. You are your rebuttal is that this is an expert witness.
Yes, as a senior officer of the LSPD, he frequently engages in this tactic, as he's already testified, and frequently is in pursuits.
I would like to
May I, Your
object.
Honor?
I didn't never said I frequently engage in shooting out
Yes,
tires.
you did. I heard it.
You actually did.
You actually
You
did
know
say
what?
that.
Everybody, stop. I'm going to overrule, but Brian, only answer this question based on your own personal experiences that you,
Absolutely.
sir, can
Absolutely.
recount.
It's fucking bullshit.
Bro, he's fucking lying.
If you could ask the question one more time, sir.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't completely remember how I phrased it the first time after all that.
I remember it pretty precisely. The question was
PD judge,
whether
bro,
or
PD
not,
judge.
in your professional experience, officer, the blowing out of tires causes a vehicle to become more dangerous than it was before.
It causes it to be less dangerous as a side effect of tires going out would deem the vehicle would cause the vehicle not to be able to move eventually.
Shut up.
In combination with a box.
Yeah, I'm shouting.
Okay. Did any of the 3 or 4 bullets that you fired actually strike the tires of the plaintiff's vehicle?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
What?
In fact, so due to what I would like, may I elaborate?
That's a hard lie.
This guy's
yes,
capping
please.
hard, bro.
Okay, so there was something called gas tank season. which was causing what I would best describe as molding.
What the fuck?
And as a side effect of gas tank season and the molding that it was producing, I took it upon myself to start aiming my weapon in such a way that I'd be aiming to the bottom part of the wheels. So in other words, I would aim between the bottom segment of the tire and the pavement.
Who the fuck is this, John Wick while he's driving?
As opposed to the top end of the vehicle and the body. Once discharging my vehicle, after discharging the bullets, I distinctly remember seeing the bullets impacting that bottom segment. At no time did I shoot in a trajectory that would have hit Rami Al-Rahman.
Oh, yeah. Now we know you're lying.
Now
because
we know you're
that
lying,
would have needed to go from the rear window or the
Your Honor?
passenger side rear window diagonally to hit the passenger. And at no point did I discharge my firearm in such a way.
This is bullshit, Your Honor. Everybody knows when they aim for tires, they hit your armor. Everybody knows this.
What? Wait.
It's protocol, bro.
It's protocol. Sam
It's
Bass
programmed
knows.
into them. Sam Bass teaches them to do that. I've seen it.
All right, just one more question because I have a feeling this is
Gentlemen,
going to come
let
up in,
your lawyer handle it. It'll be all right.
I have a feeling this is going to come up in layman testimony,
court
so
has
I
heard
want.
your objection.
I have a feeling this is going to come up in layman testimony, so I would like police testimony as to what this is. Can you explain for the court what a Sam Bass special is?
Go ahead.
Told him up
Brian,
around.
It's
Brian
a
knows.
typical taunt that Rami uses when either
Call me
Bass
up,
or other
Crane.
members of the PD get a quote-unquote W on him.
Okay. All right.
This fucking guy. What the fuck is he,
no
huh?
further questions for Officer Bath or Officer Knight.
Brian lying Knight. Fuck me.
Guy's fucking perjury Peter over
Perjury,
here.
yeah.
All right, everybody, calm down. Now,
Motherfucker thinks he's John Wick.
Defense. Hush. Defense. Before you come up, I want to make one thing perfectly clear over here because I heard an objection from Mr. Al-Rahman during the point when we were talking about the exceptionalism of Randy Bullett's driving. Does this court understand that you are objecting to the testimony that Randy Bullitt is an exceptional driver?
No, Your Honor. Randy
Because
Bullitt is
that's
an exceptional
serious.
driver.
That's when you objected, sir. Was when we were talking about that.
No,
So I just wanna
Your
make
Honor,
sure.
Your Honor, I'm
And
just
if
surprised
Randy
in
needs
that.
to take you out back and beat
No,
you
Your
to the
Honor,
hose.
Your Honor, I'm just surprised that Brian, he's a passive liar, so I'm surprised he's just talking about stuff like this on the stand. This is unnaturalistic of his character.
We expected more of the LSPD officer, not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
All right. We'll take that noted that Rami thinks Randy is a shit driver. All right,
You fucking
defense.
serious,
Make
bro?
Ross.
That's not what I said,
Can
sir.
I just have 1 second, Your Honor?
You certainly may.
Bro, this is a PD judge, bro. He's trying to turn us against each other.
I could have Kyle read the transcripts back
High
for you.
keys,
I have
dude.
wrote that down.
Trash.
Yeah, you wrote it down. Rami thinks Randy's a shit driver, and it's just that's in the court documents now, forever and ever. Amen.
All right. Your Honor, we're going to save our questions for direct to where we'd like to recall them.
Bro, just
All
like
right,
you
very
answer
good.
it now.
Officer,
So
Knight,
do it
you
right
may
now,
step
bitch.
down. You have been
Robbie,
subject to
shut
recall,
the hell
sir.
up.
Just do it now.
No.
Wait.
Call Randy up
Officer.
first. Call Randy up first because I don't really
Yes,
remember what happened.
Yes, sir.
You can
I'll
step
sign
down.
on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've been marked for recall though, so I have to ask you to remain.
Sir, there might be, I think this gentleman might be dead.
Oh, no, Solomon sleeps there. It's all right.
Fine.
Oh, 10-4.
No,
That's,
it's fine.
that's our homeless lawyer. He doesn't sleep
Yes.
under the bridge like the
No,
the peasant lawyers
he
do,
is
or peasant
he is
homeless
so
people.
ingrained in the system
done.
that he actually sleeps here
smoking,
so
bro?
that he can soak in
Jump him.
the justice.
Sir, his throat is
If we lose,
bleeding
we
quite
jump
heavily,
Brian, all right?
Actually, his throat's bleeding
Yeah.
quite heavily.
All right.
You take him on the court
Kool-Aid.
steps.
Maybe you
down.
should get him some medical help.
Am I gonna
Anyhow,
you?
Mr. Crane.
Yes, Your Honor. We would call Randy Bullitt to the stand.
Woo! Time to win this court case.
All right.
Finally, someone who's going to spit some truth around
get
here.
Solomon some help. Kyle, would you swear in Mr. Bullitt?
Mr. Bullitt, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you Nikes?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. And if you are caught lying in my courtroom, a pox on your driving, sir.
All right. I don't even know what a pox is, but I'll take it.
Yeah, no. May all of your left turns be rat.
Oh my god. Criminal threats. I want to press charges.
Noted.
It's a courtroom. I can do whatever the hell I want.
All right. Sir, will you please state your name for the record?
It's Randy Burlett.
All right. Do you still prefer to be addressed as Queen Fucker, or would you prefer Mr.
Yeah, let's
Bullet
stick
today?
to the Queen Fucker.
Oh my god.
All right.
Let's go with Randy Bullet, if you don't mind.
What do you mean?
I don't need my transcriptionist blushing every single time you're gonna ask me a question.
Okay, I see how it is. All right, Queen Izzy and the men are coming for you. The gang.
1776.
Bro, fuck with my boys. I'll go grab the toys.
Get the shanks and everything, bro. AKs, C4s. Just kidding.
Behold these truths to be self-evident. Go ahead, Mr. Crane.
Mr. Bullet, on or about May 23rd, 2020, did you encounter police officers outside of the Integrity Apartments?
Yes.
Were you with anyone else at that time?
Yes.
All right. Who were you with?
My boyfriend, Rami El Raman.
Okay. And which police officers did you initially encounter?
The Egghead and TJ Mack. Oh, what's his name? I don't know his last name. Walker, maybe?
Walker.
Walker.
Yeah.
And just to clarify for the court's records, is the Egghead Sergeant Sam Bass?
100%.
All right. Can you briefly describe this initial interaction for the court?
Alright, so I was coming out of Integrity. Rami was in Integrity. I was in the car just chilling. I believe Rami came out, he got into my car, and they just started chasing us, man. They didn't tell us anything, and I got a bit scared, so I started, evading them. Smoke them motherfuckers.
All right. And at any point during this pursuit, did police officers make contact with your vehicle?
Okay, so within the first 5 minutes of the chase from Integrity, there was multiple sandbass specials, pit maneuvers, the little minor dinks they do and they say it was an accident to make you spin out. Multiple collisions within 5 minutes of the chase. Very disgusting behavior. But it did occur, yes.
All right. And for the court's records, can you explain what a sandbass special is?
Yes, it's when you ram a vehicle at 200 miles per hour with no regard to anyone else.
Okay. And is it your testimony today that the police officers are the first ones who made contact with your vehicle?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. Or Mr. Crane.
All right. Approximately how long did this pursuit last?
Altogether, around 15-20 minutes. I was just toying with them, I could have smoked them in within 2-3 minutes, but I felt bad.
Yeah, shit cops, am I right?
All right. At any point during this pursuit, did you brandish a firearm?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. Did you strike any police officers with your vehicle?
No, sir, I did not.
All right. What about your passenger? Did he brandish any firearms?
He's just an innocent man. No, he did not.
All right. And whenever your vehicle was rear-ended by Officer Knight, what happened there?
Okay, so let me break it down to you. We were taking... So, this was 5-10 minutes into the pursuit, and Brian was the only one behind us, and we turned right on Integrity Way, opposite... Or Swiss Street, opposite the hospital. Yeah. So, we were slowed down, we made a right, and the vehicle was stalling out. Brian was the only one behind us. As my vehicle was slowing down, he didn't even hit us, to be honest. No one made contact with no one. He rolls up to us a bit. Since he's the only one in the chase, he says, "This is for copper," and shoots 3 or 4 bullets in our direction. One bullet hits Rami El Raman in the back. I just see blood everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he stopped shooting. My question is, if an officer wants to disable the vehicle or disable the tires, why would he stop shooting after 3 shots were hit and the job wasn't even done? Our tires were good. The car was in good condition. No tires were out. Surely if an officer wanted to shoot our tires, bro, he would have done it until it was complete. But he shot 3 bullets knowing Rami was injured.
He's a terrorist.
And he said, this is for copper.
Just to clarify a piece of that, when you say your car was in good condition, you mean, was it in the same condition as prior to when he fired?
Yeah, what I mean by that is the bullets did no effect to the car. I didn't, damage it. The tires were in good, working.
Okay. And did you inform the police officers that Mr. El Raman was struck by gunfire?
I was shouting, screaming for my life, saying, this man's been hit, this man's been hit, please. And then they just carried on chasing us, and then Rami was bleeding out a lot, and there was a lot of blood everywhere, so I pulled over near Crusade Road. And I told them, listen, man, this guy's been hit. Please get him medical.
All right, and how did the police officers respond to that?
So initially I said, he's been shot, he's been shot. And Sergeant Sam Bass says, no, no one's shot. What are you on about? You're making up lies. No one's shot. And then Brian says, no, I actually did shoot.
So Sergeant Sam Bass was actually unaware of the fact that anyone had fired a weapon up to that point?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. And when fired upon, did you return fire?
Oh, hell no.
What about your passenger? Did he return fire?
This poor man's arm is hurting him. He didn't fire, no.
All right. After the pursuit was over, did you take the passenger up to Pillbox for medical center for treatment?
I rushed this man to the hospital ASAP. I don't want him bleeding out.
All right. And are you aware of what sort of treatment he received?
Well, they confirmed that there was a bullet in his back left shoulder, and they did some, I don't know the medical procedure, but they got rid of the bullet, and luckily he survived.
All right. I would like to refer to the photographic evidence that's been entered into the case file. It's the first piece of evidence we have there. If everybody needs a second to turn to that.
All right. Yep, I've got it.
All right, Mr. Bullet, did you take the photograph that's been attached to the court record?
I did, yes.
All right, can you briefly explain what that photograph shows for the court?
Okay, so after, we got shot and evaded the doo-doo-ass police, I took a picture real quick for the medical staff to see what was going on. It's just a picture of the bullet in his back, sorry.
Approximately how long after the pursuit was that photograph taken?
Oh, instantly after. As soon as I dusted Sergeant Bass, I got out of the car, took the picture, and we went straight to the hospital.
All right. I have no further questions for Mr. Bullet.
Woo!
Yeah, I only got like 2 questions.
Man,
What's going on, Randy?
I thought Dupre was leading this case.
How's it going?
And I thought you were a good lawyer, but look at us now.
Okay, we thought you were a good DA, but you didn't object shit, bitch.
Don't have to.
Rami.
He's doing good. Calm down, Rami.
Yeah, fuck with my boys.
What's going on, Randy?
Toys.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Okay, so just a quick question because I'm a little confused at what you said. You mentioned to Mr. Crane that you brought up when he was shot, you immediately went to the hospital.
Yeah.
But then directly after that, you said you immediately went to go take a picture, and thus meaning you had to stop, get out of the car, and go off to take the picture to.
Who the hell are you to judge what immediately means, huh?
That's why I'm asking you. So listen for my question. So which is it? What did you immediately do? Take the picture, go to the hospital first.
I immediately took the picture and took him to the hospital. Thank you.
Okay, and what was the reason you took the picture for?
Because I was going to sue you. Of course we're going to sue you, bro. You can't just be shooting people.
I can't hear you. I need you to say it again because Rami's talking.
Because we were going to sue you for shooting innocent people on the streets.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to note for the court that before he said that you took a picture for medical to know what was going on, not for that reason.
There's multiple reasons why I took pictures, Your Honor.
Then why didn't you give the reason whenever I asked you?
Because I already said the reason before to Mr. Crane, so I don't have to repeat myself. So please.
Right, Your Honor, I'd like for the court to know he's giving conflicting statements as well
How
as
is that conflicting?
Changing back over as long as he goes on with this questioning. I got
this
no more.
This guy is
I'm
twisting my words, bro. Fuck this guy.
I'm going to object. I'm going to object to what
please.
Hallow just requested that this court note, considering that those are not in fact conflicting statements. As Mr. Bullet has already stated, he can have multiple reasons for taking a picture.
He's also badgering the witness.
He's
bullying.
I'm allowed to badger his cross, Rami. Let your lawyer do shit.
Purposes.
You're just mad you're losing.
What are you doing, Knight?
He's losing, bro. He's pissed because I'm spitting facts.
The court has taken copious notes and has transcripts of everything that is said.
Beautiful.
We'll go over them laboriously during deliberations.
Wonderful.
Do you wish to redirect, Mr. Crane?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bullet, you may step down. Mind the glass.
All right.
If anybody's playing bingo, that's about the 4th time I've said that.
Oh my God, there's a dead guy here.
No, that's just that's just Solomon. He's just sleeping. It's all right.
Someone's not paying attention.
Yeah, we're not paying attention because you're such a joke. Let's go, boys.
Is that why you're here, Rami?
For the boys, bro.
For like the 3rd case?
Bro, this is like your 90th case you lost. Please.
Please.
I haven't lost any cases. What?
Yeah. Fuck with my boys. I'll go grab the toy.
All right, Your Honor, for our last witness, we would call Rami El Rahman to the stand.
Let me hit this out of the park, Randy.
You got this, bro. Finish it up. Wrap it up nice and properly.
This should be easy.
Brian lying knight.
All right, Rami, raise your left hand.
Okay.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury, so help you airborne?
What the
Obviously.
My man doesn't lie.
I'm
Is
not
that a
fucking
yes, Rami?
liar. Yeah.
He's been sworn in, Your Honor.
Very good, Mr. Crane.
My man don't lie.
All right, sir. Will you please state your name for the record?
Godfather. I mean, name's Ramiel Raman, aka the Warlord.
All right, Mr. El Rahman, on or about May 23rd, 2020, did you encounter police officers outside of the Integrity Apartments?
Yes, I did, sir.
All right, who were those police officers?
Who were the police officers? Fucking, we got Brian Knight, Sam Bass, a couple other officers. I don't recall. Those were the only two that I really remember.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, how did you identify those two in particular?
Well, Ryan stands out. He's like He's like the opposite of Waldo with his yellow hair. Sam Bass. How can you miss the guy? He's always ramming everybody, you know.
That egghead, bro. She's reflecting.
The egghead, you know, it's like Vinny Pistone. I can see it from a mile away. The glare just burns my eyes.
All right. Were you with anyone else at the time you encountered these officers?
Yes, I was with my boyfriend Randy Bullet.
All right. And can you briefly describe this first part of this interaction for the court?
Yeah. So basically what happened was they were like, "Oh my God, Rami, you have a warrant for your arrest." So boom, check it, right? I'm a gangster from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I get out, I get into my car with Randy, and we dip out.
All right. And were you being pursued by police officers after you dipped out?
Yes.
And how long did this pursuit last?
Like 20 minutes. It was a long one. Randy was toying with them, you know? Fucking my boys grabs the toys, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. All right. Did at any point during that pursuit did police vehicles make contact with your vehicle?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
All right. Would you, would you say that you
boys.
were subject to a pit maneuver?
Pit maneuver? Is that what you call it? No. Let me tell you what actually happened. Okay? These fucking cops with their Sam Bass specials, it's getting out of fucking control, okay? Because, like, to be honest with you, bro, like, that shit ain't pits. But first of all, it started with Frank, okay, with his fucking missile shit. Fucking Missile Michaels over here, but then Sam got fucking jealous.
Well, what is this shit with Missile Michaels, Peter Pates?
Somehow. I gotta make one bit sergeant.
Is this some, like, NA
What did
joke?
he do? He starts fucking ramming at like 300 miles an hour. Cars can't even go that fast. I don't know how. I think he's tuning his fucking cars. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's some crazy shit. Okay? He sends your car flying
the spit,
across
bro. The
the
spit is
fucking
coming out.
street. Okay? No regard for life. Doesn't give a shit who's in the car. Doesn't give a shit if there's EMS around, civilians, anything. I don't even know how this guy's a fucking cop. And we go flying in the air. Oh, and then another one. Oh God. Oh, my car has no brakes. And they go like 10 miles an hour, 20,000 miles an hour into your car, like fuck up your whole car. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. You know how it is, Crane. Pit unsuccessful. Yeah. Yeah. Good pit, Sam. Good pit.
All right. And whenever you were encountering these Sam Bass specials, pit maneuvers, so on and so forth, were these inside city limits?
I tell you this, we were obeying the speed limits. They weren't.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry to interrupt. Crane, I apologize. Let me just wipe down the spit. Sorry, Your Honor. Let me just, clean him up a bit.
No, that's entirely necessary.
Are you guys okay?
Of course.
I appreciate that. I really
You need a white bass? I got you, bro.
Pretty sure you're gonna have to actually. I mean, he's watered the plants, so we can go ahead and let them know that they don't need to be watered now. This is going on. Yeah. So thank you. You've saved us $1.25 today, Rami. I appreciate that.
Anytime. I'm here to help.
All right. We previously heard testimony from Officer Knight that your vehicle was traveling at approximately 60 miles an hour. Would you say that's about how fast the pursuit was going?
Yes.
All right. At any point during this pursuit, did you brandish a firearm?
No, I did not.
At any point during this pursuit, did you fire a firearm?
No, I did not.
At any point during this pursuit, did the vehicle that you were occupying, did that strike any officers?
No, it did not.
All right. Whenever did any officers ever open fire on the vehicle that you were inside?
Yes, they did.
All right. Can you briefly describe that interaction for the court?
Yeah, we were just fucking driving, and then all of a sudden Brian's like, "Oh fuck," and then you know what he says? I swear to God, too, on my mom's grave, this guy goes, "This is for fucking copper," and then he fucking shoots 3 shots, and one hits me in the fucking shoulder.
When he said this is for copper, what did you take that to mean?
It beats me. It seems like there's some vendetta going on here. Am I right? You know, he actually, you know what it was? Is I have a court case with copper. Actually, Artson, you're going to be presiding over that as well, I believe. Of these cops, these terrorists kidnapping me and trying to kill me. And now because they got caught, you know, then he goes, "This is for copper," and does this shit. I guess that's my speculation. You know, like I don't know what the fuck this is, honestly.
Did he? Okay, objection, speculation, Your Honor.
Fucking idiot. It's already fucking been overruled, bitch.
Shut up, Rami.
I'm actually gonna my rebuttal to that is that my question didn't call for speculation. The witness just speculated, so there's nothing to really object to there.
I'm speculating
just asking him
my
to
reason
strike
and his
the part of the testimony that talks about the reason, and because he's acting like a child.
All right, wipe
Excuse
your mouth
me?
with your shamach. There's
You heard me.
spit everywhere.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right.
Step back over there, Randy.
I am going, Randy. Back.
I'm
to
just
your
trying them
side.
off. I'm just trying them off.
Oh, all right. Thank you. No, that's necessary. No, it's okay. Anyhow,
Yo, touch me
I am
again, I will
going
fuck you up.
to sustain
Just like I did
that
at a prison break,
objection, and
bitch.
I'm going to strike the part of the witness's answer where he is speculating on the intentions
again.
behind Mr.
Okay.
Knight.
Can you ask the question again, Your Honor?
Yeah,
If
drink a car.
he can. So I'm leaving half of your
Hey, you
answer
got any
in
food
about
or
what
anything?
happened, Rami.
And you got any
The
food?
only thing I'm taking
hungry.
out
Got
is
you,
your
Randy.
speculation as to the why. Now,
Well, it's a
if
valid speculation, is it not?
it is speculation.
Oh,
and
shit.
So
Okay,
you
all right, I'll
unless
tell
you
what,
can read
ask it
Brian's
again.
mind.
I'll reword it.
Oh,
Go ahead, ask me the
shit.
question again.
All right. Whenever I'll ask it one more time. We'll give you one more
Randy.
shot at
You
this.
gonna need water?
Whenever Brian
Yeah, I
Knight
got you,
shouted, "This is for copper," what did that mean?
What that meant is because I had dialogue with Brian all week about my kidnapping fiasco.
Thank you.
And I
No
actually
problem,
got
Randy.
off the phone with him right before this whole chase, and then that's when the chase happened, and he goes, "This is for copper," and then shoots. So I believe this has to do with the court case.
Understood.
Thank you.
You
I'm okay with
testified
that
that Brian Knight fired approximately 3 times.
It was exactly 3. I can hear the bullets to this day.
Okay, and you testified one of those struck you in the shoulder, correct?
Yes, they
Which,
did.
which shoulder?
It was my left shoulder. It was my jacking off arm.
Okay. Has the did that injury did that in any way
Yes.
inhibit your ability to jack off?
Yes, it has.
Tank punch
I
is
had
good,
to
right?
get Randy to do it now.
Okay.
I
Wait,
used
what?
to do it anyway,
You-
but... What do you mean,
Oh,
wait, what?
Jesus.
Is there a problem here?
I'm being honest. I'm under oath. Unlike some of these fucking
Be honest,
cops who
bro.
perjury
You,
all the time.
you don't lie.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Fucking
Hell
idiot.
yeah.
All right, go ahead, Crane. Sorry.
Where did the where did the other 2 bullets strike?
The fucking car.
When you say the car,
Hey,
do
what
you
the
mean
fuck
just
is
the
this?
general body of the car?
Yeah. So what Brian?
hacking
So the thing
skills,
is,
Charles
what
Day.
Brian was trying
It's a
to do
barb.
was, quote unquote, aim for tires.
Use your hacking
As we
skills,
all
Charles
know,
Day.
we've all been
It's a
victims
barb.
to, the quote unquote aiming for tires slogan. It's not really what goes on. They go and take your body armor
Get
out,
knocked
and then,
out, baby.
And then they
I'll
take you
call
out
you
and they say
barb
pitch
brain.
successful.
Put
And they
that
get,
shit
you
in.
know,
All day. That's how we do it.
Yeah, but
Man,
one
that's
hit
what
me
we
in the
do.
shoulder, and then the other 2 hit the car.
We
Okay.
Fortnite
Did you,
dance on
did
the
you
ass.
return,
What are you
fire
No, I
doing?
did not.
Why
I
would you
was
hurt
here
the
for my
boy?
life.
Did Mr. Bullet?
No, he did not.
Okay. And were you treated at Pillbox Medical for your injuries?
Yes, I was.
All right, Your Honor. This time I'm going to be referring to the medical report that we've attached. What treatment did you receive?
Very good.
I was actually taken by Nancy because there weren't any doctors at the time. So the EMS applied a saline IV, and she packed my wound quickly and brought me to Nancy.
All right, and do you recall which EMS you treated with?
Yes, it was Lieutenant. Highest of the high. Should I get the fucking best treatment? Lieutenant Tally Savage.
What a sick
All
boss.
right.
That wasn't a dodo. It's all
I
good.
have no further questions for Mr. L. Ramen.
Thank
Held
you so
it
much,
down.
Your
Good
Honor.
shit, my
Held it
boy.
down for my
Thank
boys.
you.
Fuck the ops. Fuck 12. Fuck SWAT.
All right, how are you doing, Rami?
Better than you, bitch.
What? Okay. Good.
What do you want, bro?
All right, you stated in your testimony that they performed a sandbass special. Can you describe that for us?
I already described it for the courts.
All right, it
Yeah,
was testified that that it is known as sandbass special as you are pitted at 200 miles per hour with no regard for life. Correct?
Yeah, you're gonna say, well, if we're going 60 miles an hour, how is it a sandbass special? Your Honor, I already stated my recounts of the story.
No, I did. I literally did not say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yo, chat,
If
can we
that
smash
were to
8,350 subs at the end of like tonight?
Would
Let's
that
do it,
be able
boys.
to disable your vehicle?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for expert testimony and calls for speculation.
Exactly. I'm not a mechanic, sir. My bad.
May I rebut, Your Honor?
You may rebut.
Due to Rami's prolific, also being known as a flight risk in some regard, I
Excuse
would
me?
certainly believe that he would have the knowledge to
Discrimination, thank you so
determine,
Your Honor, this is discrimination and profiling.
Gentlemen, let him speak.
to discern whether it is indeed a sandbass special would be able to disable his vehicle or not.
I'm going to sustain that objection. You're not speaking to a physicist or a mechanic.
Exactly. I'm going.
All right, understood.
Woo!
Go back to your stand.
Yeah, what does he think this guy is?
Rami.
Some
Thanks,
guy
sir.
or
Voices.
something? I can't ask him.
Blood
It was
questions like
testified that it hit your
Jesus.
left shoulder. Were you wearing body armor at the time?
No, I was not.
Okay. Do you usually wear body armor?
Yeah, I usually do wear body armor.
Okay. What was different this time?
I just
Objection,
What are these questions,
relevance.
bro?
May I rebut, Your Honor?
Yeah, of course.
Specifically calling for this severe incident in which he was shot. Why wasn't he wearing his usual standard of protection? I feel like that is absolutely relevant to why he got shot.
And my rebuttal to that is, do all citizens of Los Santos usually walk around with armor on?
Actually,
Yes.
the answer to that is yes.
Shut up. You're supposed to say, but like, what world do we live in, you know? Come on.
Anyhow.
You guys expect this man to wear body armor against the police? This is a whole crop
Randy!
system,
Yeah, what
Jesus.
the fuck is this? What is this
Randy,
city?
shut up.
I'm sorry, it's crop system, bro.
Enough. God damn it. It's my system. You call me corrupt?
That's
I
victim
plead the
blaming.
fifth.
I am probably one of the fairest things you've ever seen in your entire life. Now, that you really gonna do that while you're standing within arm's reach?
What's going
I
on?
will grab.
Anderson?
I will grab this flag and I will impale you upon
I'm
it, and
just
that will be
laughing
the
at
end
how
of
much
you.
of a joke this DA is. Sorry.
Well, keep your opinion to yourself. Now,
Sorry.
I'm going to sustain that objection.
All right.
Woo!
It has no bearing on whether or not Rami was shot, only the amount of damage that would have been done to his personage. And it is not the position that this court is going to take, that people should wear body armor at all time, like we live in some kind of a goddamn demilitarized zone.
I just want to point out, Your Honor, as well. If you look at a body armor, it doesn't cover your shoulders. It just covers your chest. Thank you so
Well,
much.
that depends entirely on what style of body armor you're wearing.
Yeah,
if you're
it's
wearing
semantic.
You're able to
plate,
take off the straps.
Exactly. I'm not a professional. Please, DA. Please, next question.
Okay.
and yeah, let's
Yeah.
move on, because I
Let's
have
move
worn
on.
body armor.
Yeah.
All right. What was your
Fucking
warrant
idiot.
for, Mr. Rahman?
Don't recall.
You don't recall. All right. Were you recklessly evading at the scene?
No.
Objection, Your Honor. Asked
Yeah,
and
objection.
answered.
Oh,
And
there
he
you
was
go.
not. He's already testified. He was not the one driving.
No.
I can move
Already,
on, Your Honor.
exactly. What are you guys
ran
getting
into one.
What's going on?
It has been stipulated that the warrant was for reckless evading, and so there's no need to be going further along that.
All
Where
right.
do you guys find these clowns, huh?
Rami,
Sorry, Wayne.
All right.
what
Is
the
the car
hell did you just call me?
Okay.
Wayne Arts? Is that your name?
Try your honor.
Yeah.
First name your, last name honor.
Yes, right, Your Honor.
All right, there we go.
All right. Can I go now?
You may continue.
All right. Is the car potentially lethal, sir?
I don't even know what you just said.
Is a car potentially lethal?
I'm not a
Objection.
professional.
Yeah, objection calls for expert testimony.
May I rebut, Your Honor?
You may.
Again, bringing up his record is seeing that he's very violent felon. He should be able to
Profiling
provide.
once again.
Rami,
I mean, yes, I am allowed to profile.
Can I
All right.
can I rebut, Your Honor?
No, you cannot. On this one, I'm going to overrule. Everybody, but everybody knows the various capabilities and limitations of a vehicle. The witness will answer this question.
Man.
Can a car be used as a lethal weapon? I don't know. If you run somebody over, do you kill them, and is that lethal? Yeah. It's called common sense, dumbass.
All right. Is a car accident lethal? And by car accident, I mean car involving car.
What are these questions? Where do you guys get these clowns from, huh?
Can you please answer the question?
I'm gonna object to that question as vague, Your Honor.
Sustain that question.
Ask
vague.
Bass. I don't fucking know.
Promise.
Sorry.
All right. Is ramming a car lethal?
Same objection.
Your Honor, we're done asking questions.
Around your mother, is that lethal?
Bring it back.
Teach
as well.
I'm gonna be motioning for contempt as well. This is kind of ridiculous at this point. He's gotten like 15 warnings.
For what?
I will decide. I will
just
decide
mad.
when it's time to handle that. Now, Rami.
Yeah, I'll cut it out. But he's just mad he's losing the case. You know how to.
No, I'm mad because you're acting like a child.
Do we have the lawyers requesting contempt charges?
No,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
motioning.
yes.
I'm allowed to
This guy
He's trying
is.
to teach you how to run your courtroom.
The next person to step out of line in my courtroom is actually going to catch a contempt charge. I have been lenient.
Am I good, by the way? Or you want me to go back up
Now,
there?
if you want to see me be
No,
not
you're
lenient,
good. I object.
continue
I didn't even
on.
get to ask you any
Such a
questions.
good guy. I liked him.
You just fucking annihilated him. Good shit.
Destroyed them. All of them.
I tried
Done
to
dusted.
about you.
I know.
They're
I know what
shaking
they
now.
say about me. And I
That's
try,
why
but
this
I try
guy's
to be,
getting
I
mad.
try to be a nice guy.
Your Honor, you're doing a great job. But
You're a great guy, bro.
Now-
You're honestly a great guy.
All right, now,
Suck his dick. There you go.
Mr. Crane,
100%.
do you have any further witnesses that you wish to bring up today?
No, Your Honor. We would just briefly go over the two pieces of evidence that have been entered into the record.
You mentioned them during some of your questioning of witnesses. The court has seen them. They are so entered as plaintiffs Exhibit Alpha and Exhibit Bravo.
In that instance, Your Honor, the plaintiffs rest.
Very good.
Woo!
Defense.
Nice hair, Your Honor. Nice hair. I like it.
If I'm allowed to
beard,
continue,
sorry, your beard.
Hang
by the
on,
plaintiffs.
Your Honor, can I sidebar with Crane and you real quick?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Are you requesting a recess or what?
A sidebar.
You are
He's the one that
requesting
cries
approach.
to you.
All right,
Yeah.
approach.
Yeah, go cry, bro.
Here we go. He knows he's losing. Can make up some bullshit now. Jeepers.
Gentlemen.
Sorry, it's obvious what's going on here.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wasn't the only one that.
And the
Get
warrant was
back,
never
you two.
served, which means that
Bailiff.
Come on, man.
Brian, how's it feel to lie, Brian?
How does it feel to lie on the stand, huh, Brian?
Damn, bro. No honor with the badge.
You would. How dare you?
Sorry,
say
what
this is
did
for
I
copper?
lie about?
You said this is
Everything.
for copper. You didn't say that. Yeah, you lied about everything.
I never said this is for.
Yeah,
copper.
you did.
Why would I
Brian.
say that?
Oh my God, he's delusional, Randy.
You do realize that what? So you brought up the fact that the copper incident with McLean happened after this.
No, it didn't happen.
No, it
before
didn't happen before, actually, Brian.
Did it happen before?
Yeah, it did.
You know it did. That's why you said it.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Anyone got an IFAC? I'm about to
you
pass
do realize
out.
you don't have to lie.
Yeah, here.
Thank you so
Right
much.
here.
I'm not lying
Not
right
on
here.
the stand. I never.
I'm
I
not
said
lying.
this
You
is for
fucking
copper.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bullshit.
You
You
did,
did.
bro.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the turn.
What the?
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. I can't believe you
All
said
right.
that.
Why would you do
sorry,
that
you
to
get-
us, bro?
Defense.
All right, we're going to be calling Brian Knight for testimony.
Officer Knight, please return to the stand. I remind you, sir, you are under oath.
All right, try to keep it somewhat quiet during this one because I actually do have to take notes on this.
All right,
Your,
you got this.
I thought we
redirect.
lost Brian for a second. He just kind of stopped.
Final fucking witness,
All
boys.
right, keep in mind you are under oath. How long have you been an officer of the law for the LSPD?
Since December 12th. -ish.
All right.
Like the first or second week of December of
Is the plain-
2019.
Oh, go ahead. All right. Is the plaintiff known to be a violent individual?
Yes.
Do chases with the plaintiff usually end in injury?
No.
I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
Do chases with the plaintiff usually end in injury?
Did you object this?
I'm going to
I'd say probably like 95% of the time it results
Your Honor, I'm
in
going to
shooting.
object to this on speculation because I see where the DA is going, and he's going to ask him to essentially speculate on the danger that the danger during this particular chase, not based on the actual facts so far.
Everybody, Your Honor.
Let's hear it.
If we are to set a trend of, and usually ending an injury, what says that this injury is not caused, by himself or by the driving and not by the gunshot that is allegedly fired by Brian Knight?
And Your Honor, I would reply that if we were to allow police officers to shoot at people based on their past records, then probably 90% of my clients would be shot the moment they woke up at their apartment in the morning.
True.
Are we using someone's criminal record in a court case?
We're allowed
I
to
guess
use
it's
it
factors
criminally
you
profiled.
would have to meet to do that, and this isn't one.
Well, so if he had rebutted this correctly, he could have done it, but he didn't rebut it correctly. There's a particular phrase he could have used.
But you have a brain, don't you, Austin?
But I do have a brain. I do have a brain.
Would it be fleeing felon, Your Honor?
No, it would be goes to the witness's state of mind at the time. How the hell do you not know that?
How the hell do you not know that?
Charge to get to get these guys from the streets or something.
I mean, I personally don't think his record would be admissible, but that's up to you.
I do not believe that his record is being admitted. I believe that what we're going for here is the witness's knowledge of the plaintiff's particular bad habits and how that may have affected his judgment at the time.
Can we make sure we reiterate on his past, but not actually naming the crimes?
Certain we can absolutely do that. We're not going to go into the specifics of the plaintiff's record, but you may insinuate that the plaintiff has had prior bad acts only to show your witness's state of mind and how he may have gone through his decision cycle.
Okay.
And in that way alone, this objection is overruled.
All right, you may answer.
Could we repeat the question? That was a lot of...
Do chases with the plaintiff usually end in injury?
Yes.
All right. What charges were in the specific warrant?
Objection asked and answered.
It's during our direct examination. We're allowed to ask that.
The court has already stipulated, and your co-counsel has already indicated that the warrant was for reckless evading. We don't need to go down this road anymore.
All right. While on duty, did you see Ramen or Ramen?
Yes.
What? All right, and where?
Multiple times, multiple shootouts, multiple cases of what he often describes as terrorism himself.
What did he say?
Is there a particular time frame we're referring
Yes,
to? Or?
Pertaining to the specific incident that we've been in court.
Oh, yes.
2 hours.
Of course. So outside of the casual terrorism, he was inside the vehicle that Randy was driving.
Of course. And in that vehicle, did a chase ensue?
It did.
All right, and what happened during the chase?
These are all already answered.
Well, I had taken primary. The vehicle had slowed down, at which point I said, Rami, you don't need to do this. It's not even a big warrant. You're only making it worse.
He's
then
lying.
Off of, as I described earlier in my testimony, off of Swiss Street towards Integrity, eastbound. The vehicle that Randy was driving attempted to brake check me. So
I'm going to object at this stage as narrative and just generally object as asked and answered and hope that we can get to the new parts of the scope that we're trying to get at here.
Yes, I was just trying to lay some foundation.
I'm gonna sustain.
right.
Do you have something that hasn't already been trod to death 100,000
Yes,
times, Counselor?
we're laying foundation for the next series of questions.
The foundation has already been laid in previous questionings of this witnesses. Get to the point, Counselor.
Are we in the Matrix?
What? At any point during the chase, did the driver go to Benny's to repair his car?
No, we didn't.
We did actually. We did not. He does not know.
Don't recall.
Okay.
Where is he going with
All right. Was the driving a danger to yourself as a police officer?
Austin answered, bro.
Yes.
All right. Is reckless
going on
evading a
here?
felony?
What?
Oh,
What are these
fuck
questions?
me, man.
Yes.
Is a vehicle considered a deadly weapon?
Yes.
All right. At what point did you determine that it was right to shoot out tires?
At the point
Bro, we literally beat
Randy
all of this.
used his vehicle as a deadly weapon against myself.
Great. And did you attempt to shoot the plaintiff's tires?
Yes.
Did you
Yeah,
aim to shoot at the plaintiff specifically?
No.
Have you shot out tires before?
Multiple times. I'm one of the best tire shooters on the force. So much
Your
so
Honor,
that
Here we go.
Your Honor,
I
I would
often see Randy Bullitt having to swap his car after
Objection.
I
Your
wrecked shit.
Honor,
Bro, this
Your
guy's always
Honor,
crashing, Your Honor.
Actually, Your Honor, I would move to impeach Brian Knight as a witness based on that exact statement, considering
Impeach
that
him.
he earlier stated that he does not frequently employ that exact tactic, and now he's changing his
Perjury.
mind.
I would like
Arrest
to
him.
clarify.
Please do.
The question that Crane had asked
You're
was
a god.
posed
Crane.
in a
You
fashion
fucked him, bro.
in which I, to suggest that
shaking.
in many circumstances, regardless of the specifics, do I do it often? My answer to that was no. But the phrasing that this ADA is giving me is much more specific to these incidents. So his
Your
scope
Honor,
was bigger
Brian, your
than this
baseball
guy's
cap's
scope.
behind you.
Your Honor, I would say that the framing of the question of the ADA
Brian, you
had
fucked
nothing
up,
to do with
Brian.
it, considering that he literally only asked, "Do you frequently shoot out tires?" To which the witness responded, "He
I didn't say
did."
frequently.
And previous.
Well, Mr. Crane, unfortunately for you, but fortunately for Mr. Dupre, Officer Knight here is very good at making arguments and answering questions. Your objection is overruled.
Okay. Thank you, Knight.
Understood.
All right.
So
May I
lying
continue?
is allowed.
Okay. Did the tires sound like they were popped by the shots?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yes. Did the tires sound like they were popped by your shots? Of course, to your professional knowledge.
I'm sorry, I don't. What by the shots?
Popped.
Did they pop?
Yes.
No.
It's hard to say whether they had popped. Are you saying? Say this one more time.
It's a yes or
Ask
no
the
question.
question one
Did
more
the
time.
What the
tires
fuck is
sound like
this?
they were popped by the shots?
I would not have heard it, given that. I would not have heard it pop.
Okay. Did they look like they were popped by the shots?
Due to the speed and the urgency of the chase and the oddities that it can only best describe as SBS.
Okay.
And the
Speed,
length of the
he just
chase.
said we brake checked them.
I don't believe they were popped when I had fired it those 3 times. Sometimes it takes a couple shots.
Okay. That's
to
fine.
disable it. Yeah.
All right. And can police shoot out tires to stop a chase if they are perceived to be reckless?
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. Cool. Do you know what Tennessee v. Garner is?
I do.
Oh my.
All right. Do you understand the
God.
case and what actions it allows police to take?
Here we go.
This
I do.
fucking case law,
All right.
bro.
Your
Under-
Honor, I'm going to object. He's asking the witness to create a material fact and to testify as a matter of law, which is the providence of this court, not that witness.
Yeah, I'm going to agree to that. No, Tennessee versus Gardner is well known by the court, and it is up to us to apply as to whether or not it fits this particular situation.
Okay. Understood.
Sustained.
I have nothing on this.
Say,
Larry
you're
has
actually
anything
a
to add?
god, bro. Holy shit.
No, I'm good to go.
Cross.
Actually, I've
Fuck
got
him up.
nothing, Your Honor, for cross.
All right, very good. Officer, you may step down with the court's
Everything
thanks,
I've
mind the
asked him, I've
glass,
already asked
and
him before, so.
I believe that is the end of our requirement that you remain, sir. If you have other duties to attend, please feel free.
We fucking
Next.
100%.
All right. We had no one else on the recall list, Your Honor.
Let's go.
All right. Do you have anybody else that you intend to call?
No, Your Honor. Yes, we rest, Your Honor.
Very good. Court is going to grant a 5-minute recess. Prepare your closing statements, gentlemen.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good shit, Crane. Good shit.
We're gonna be careful.
Let him do his thing.
Yeah,
Let him do his
we're
thing.
gonna be careful though.
Answered.
Brian's shaking
back
now,
to
huh,
the
Brian? You're
right.
shaking.
No, I mean, not really. I mean, nothing happens to me. You guys get money from the state. I'm chilling. Plus,
should we even
Whoa,
mention
That's the problem with this fucking society, bro.
It
No one's held
I know,
accountable.
these fucking bitches fucking funneling money out of the state. You know, you wouldn't need to do this if
here we go.
if you had just helped me win the goddamn $1 million race.
If I just
This is
fucking
all
listen
on
to
you,
you.
ultimately.
Fuck. He's all
You know,
wrong,
this guy,
man.
1 hour. 1 hour. I'm like, hey, we should go
This
to the boat.
guy, no,
We would have won
you
by
gave up
an
this little
hour.
bitch.
By an hour.
You know that's
bringing
not
up the
true.
past, Stayed up
Always
the night
bringing up the
before.
past.
You know that's not true, because if we fucking found it, then they would have, you know, did a state announcement telling everyone where it was.
Yeah, that's probably true.
This is your officer, by the way, not senior officer.
Hey, let me handle it. I'm wording it a certain way.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
yeah, that's
because
Yeah, I know. Just
this
saying.
was, yeah.
How you feeling, Bash? You scared about this one?
Absolutely not.
You know,
I'm
it's
shaking
come
right
back
now, huh?
to force, though. That's if you guys if people actually want to sue the cops and you know.
Fuck up, Robbie.
Why?
I'm serious.
Why would the?
Oh
that wouldn't make any
my
sense.
God.
Why would that doesn't make any sense?
Wrong gun, sorry.
Because then people would like, cops wouldn't do what we do. Like if dude, let's be honest.
So you're saying that the way that the law works in the United States should be changed.
Yeah, but Brian, if I sue you for $1 million,
What's your
coming out
chance
of your
of getting
pocket?
it,
State,
Robbie?
state,
Yeah, but
no,
you're
no,
not.
I'm not. You gotta understand what I'm
He
saying.
goes
Qualified
bankrupt,
immunity.
you don't get shit.
You saying that
I'm
Brian
talking
should pay
about-
it?
No. You guys are not understanding.
He's trying to say Brian should pay it, but he's too dumb to fucking realize at the
Oh
point
my
of time
God.
you have to empty his bank account, which he doesn't have that money. Good
what
job, Robbie.
happens?
Go ahead. Go
Wait,
ahead.
Wait,
Another
how come
smart
Brian
one,
gets away
Robbie.
with shooting innocent people? That's what he's trying to say, I think.
Yeah, but it's qualified immunity. The reason that exists is because
Nice,
I mean,
Cops don't really
ultimately,
punish you too, actually.
the fact that you guys, I mean, you know how it should work. It should be that when you commit a
my
a heinous felony, you should go away for years. Years.
No,
That's
no,
what I think.
What I'm asking
We wouldn't
is-
have this situation then, because then you wouldn't be running around like committing
I'm
felonies all
suing
day.
you, Brian. I'm not suing the PD, though.
Avoiding,
No, you see the PD though, 'cause it's on duty.
avoiding a reckless
Say that
charge,
again?
something that would probably turn into a ticket and turn into a potential shootout.
So when Brian's on duty, you sue the PD, don't sue him.
So the real reality of the situation is
If he was off
that you
duty,
don't
did that, you
fear
could sue him.
simple crimes and are willing to escalate it to even more felonious crimes and potentially murder in order to get away with like small charges. So the real solution
Brian,
is
nobody's paying
that-
attention to what you're even saying.
yeah, I think
No, I get what you're
everybody
saying.
is that that's the real thing. That's the real reason. So you know, you fucked over Randy here, to be honest. We would have given you would have gotten a $500 ticket.
I ain't getting no reckless
I
evading charge.
outran your warrant and probably gonna pay 6 figures here.
I'm thinking you get probably
who's the winner
25K.
here? I think I'll get
25K?
Yeah, I'm thinking you get
75K,
25K.
100%.
I think I'll get 75K.
I quite frankly,
150 incoming, boy.
We sued for 150, so.
Do you even pay Crane?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he
I paid
takes 20% off.
I gave him
whatever he wins.
30% actually for such a good job on the last one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Which one? The one where they settled? The DA settled with me? I gave him 30%.
So that's how you make money.
Which one did I
Lawsuits,
settle
huh?
on?
Which one did we settle on?
Was it was the one before the last
tasing,
one,
the
right?
tasing under the water.
Oh, that
where,
one,
where
yeah.
Wrangler tased me underwater.
You see this, Larry? You're funding terrorism.
Actually,
over
Bass,
here.
I'm actually suing you as well.
Don't fucking taste people
Are
underwater
you?
and make
For
them
what?
drown. Then wouldn't be a fucking issue.
When you
Yeah,
fucking
for real.
shot me,
Y'all
where?
fucked
Because
up
I
a lot,
actually shot
actually.
you.
I didn't
You
even
wanna
shoot you, actually.
You did shoot me, bro. You were on top of that
Nope.
massive thing. Was that
No,
you?
I didn't actually. I fell back and I told my officer to shoot you.
Why, man?
Because you shot me when I was at a
Bro,
camera
there was-
hour, that's why.
Larry, are you?
It looked like a gun. You were all blacked out, and there was no police cars in sight. How much
Are
do you know you're a
gonna
cop?
trash talk me? Because I'd really like to have a.
No, come here.
Just settle it, bro. Settle it. You know you guys fucked up.
It's not up to me though, right?
Tell this
But
guy you
I can
fucked
see
up.
where you're coming from.
I mean,
shooting somebody on a
if you
rooftop.
want it settled, I mean, by all means, you know.
Actually, you fucked me up. I had to fall back. I was bleeding at that point. You got me pretty good.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you fucked me up. I fall back. I had to apply
I'm
IFAC
so
bandage.
sorry, man. I didn't know you were a cop.
I was just trying to take pictures, man. I was trying to stay out of your fight.
I dropped for it then.
No, I watched the whole thing. That's why I was trying to get pictures.
Oh shit. Pretty sure I only shot once, bro.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure you did shoot back at me, actually.
I would have to read the report again. I'm not sure.
Alright.
You know, Crane, when he was talking about Southern stuff earlier, I was really confused why I didn't bring up, like, you know, Raising Cane's, Whataburger.
I'm sure it'll come into consideration whenever they're finding you a price, but I don't. When it comes to civil court versus criminal court, guilty pleas don't really play a huge role.
criminally.
No, that's what I'm saying. The guilty pleas that they gave don't really play a huge role in the civil court.
I'm sure they'll take it into account though.
There's no way they're gonna walk out of there where they're not. The state is not gonna not pay me nothing.
They're definitely gonna look at it.
They fucking kidnapped me, bro.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna look at it.
I don't really like Raising Cane's that much.
They could definitely. Somebody could still come in and defend him and say like you shouldn't get so much or whatever.
So if they have the lawyer
and they haven't told literally nobody's gonna take that case. It's all about the size.
It's literally they have until tomorrow to get a case.
Nobody's
get a lawyer,
and that's fucking.
So if nobody takes what happens, they represent themselves.
They represent themselves, or they don't even have to show up. It's a civil case.
And if they don't show up, do I get paid my full amount?
Depends what the judge wants to do. He might still want to try to hear your side or any witnesses' sides, but if they don't show up, it's you're most likely to get a summary judgment.
I mean, the evidence speaks for itself.
Yeah, for the most part, unless the judge has questions about it.
Mr. DA.
Yeah.
Real quick, settle my case as well, thank you.
Real quick, you have to take this seriously, so I ask you to take something else seriously, okay? I'm the DA. Cameron is an ADA. I earned this shit, okay?
I'm fucking around.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
But I earned it, damn it!
Yeah, we know. We don't care, bro. I'm happy for you. You're a DA, bro. Good shit.
No, he's not the DA.
Nobody said he was.
Bitch.
Combination.
The guy's a fucking.
Isn't he just your assistant?
No, he's the assistant district attorney. He's not my assistant.
Which
he's
was
just
heavens for me,
under
because I hate KFC.
But what I'm saying, Mr. DA, can you settle on my case as well with Winters and Bass? Because let's be honest, bro, they fucked up.
Yeah, go there at 3 o'clock and I'm going there at 3 o'clock in the morning, get that mashed potatoes.
Let's just settle that, you know, get it out of the way, we move on. Let bygones be bygones.
I still have to talk to some people, so we'll see.
Alright, but I've got a case, right? It's kind of bad, bro.
Like the little chicken,
case? It depends how Crane wants to play it.
How much do you think they're gonna give me?
Bringing those back and forth for a
this
while.
case?
Those are good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How much you asked for? 150?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna say like around like
100,
maybe 50 to 75.
Really?
Ooh, not bad.
Or South Carolina. It's pretty much all up and down that little southern part of the coast there.
But they got the
all right.
Do you want
the new promotion of that pimento.
I can get no
cheese.
triggers out of this dude. I'll be. Because I still got. Yeah, but we still gotta pay him.
Yeah. I think they'll give you
Order in the court. This hearing is back in session. The court will now hear closing arguments. Plaintiff.
Yo.
Thank you, Your Honor, and may it please the people of the court. The facts in this case are relatively clear. The plaintiff was being actively pursued by members of the San Andreas or the Los Santos Police Department. At that time, he was wanted on a warrant relating only to evasion charges. This pursuit carried on for a certain period of time until a collision occurred between a police vehicle and the plaintiff's vehicle. The testimony of the plaintiff and Mr. Bullitt indicates that the vehicle stalled out and stopped suddenly due to multiple prior collisions, pit maneuvers, sandbass specials, so on and so forth. The testimony of Officer Knight is that he was quote-unquote brake-checked by a vehicle traveling approximately 60 miles an hour, and despite his training and experience, was unable to avoid colliding with the rear end of that vehicle. Essentially, in a 60-mile-per-hour chase, a police vehicle struck the rear end of the plaintiff's vehicle. If this were an insurance case, we would be citing that police officer for following too closely, but that's unfortunately not what we're here for today. After this, Officer Brian Knight began to fire live rounds from a lethal firearm at and in the direction of a moving vehicle. One of these rounds entered the cabin of that vehicle and struck plaintiff Rami L. Rahman in the shoulder. A plaintiff who had brandished no firearms, who had made no threats, and who had harmed officers in no way. As stated previously, Tennessee v. Garner requires that an officer hold a good faith belief that the suspect being pursued poses a significant threat of death or serious physical injury to the officers or others. It is the plaintiff's contention that a simple vehicle collision, especially one where an LSPD cruiser strikes the rear of a plaintiff's vehicle as it comes to a stop, especially where the plaintiff is not the driver, does not rise to this standard. No reasonable officer could have determined that the plaintiff or Mr. Bullitt met the standard required for lethal force to be used. It appears that officers herein were aiming at the tires of the vehicle occupied by the plaintiff. This, however, does not justify the use of a lethal firearm to accomplish this goal. The LSPD has a litany of tools at its disposal to accomplish exactly the task of disabling a vehicle, which does not require the negligent use of a firearm.
No, I'm asking you.
Some of those were talked about here today, such as the sandbass special or a pit maneuver or a box maneuver. And others went unmentioned, such as spike strips. Accordingly, the plaintiff asserts that the use of lethal force in this instance was entirely unnecessary, entirely unjustified, and was in fact grossly negligent. Therefore, the plaintiff requests damages as set forth in the petition. Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense.
I hope Crane knows either way, whether we win or lose, like, we appreciate that he does all this
the
for us.
defense's attempt to claim pain and suffering, mental anguish, and punitive damages with no proof that any actions were committed maliciously. The defense tried to claim as if this was non-purposeful. However, as testified by multitudes of officers at the scene, they were well within their rights as the plaintiff had an active arrest warrant involving recklessly evading a felony. Since Mr. Crane brought up Tennessee v. Garner in his opening closing, it was also brought up in testimony that the plaintiff was actively running from police when he had a warrant, and even Officer Knight told him of the warrant. Not only was the plaintiff and the other person in the car recklessly fleeing from police, but they were proving to be a massive danger to not just the officers due to their brake checking, but a danger to those on the road and sidewalks as well. The plaintiff...
I'm going to object as a misstatement of facts. No police officers nor anyone else testified that the driving was a danger to anyone on the sidewalks or anybody else.
They did. It was done by Officer Knight. It said he was recklessly evading. He was driving on the sidewalks and also on the curves.
I do not believe Officer Knight ever testified that he was driving on the sidewalks or the curbs.
We're going to take that objection into consideration. Continue your closing.
Thank you, Your Honor. The plaintiff claims they want relief for mental anguish, yet there is no psych evaluation to prove this. The plaintiff requested relief for punitive damages, yet there was no proof that anything was done by Knight was done maliciously. The only medical report that there was admitted to evidence was the one at a time of treatment, but no follow-up visits or reports. The state in San Andreas is a universal healthcare state. Therefore, he should not receive any money for this reason either. Mr. L. Rahman getting hurt, however it happened, is saddening, but he should not get money from the state for the relief they requested.
Literally only attacking
Your
damages.
What the fuck is he talking about?
It's the dumbest closing I've ever heard in my life.
That would have been the dumbest closing I've ever heard.
All right, I am placing this court into recess while I deliberate. Mr. Crane, in order to actually rule on your objections, I am going to have to go through the actual goddamn transcript.
Oh, fuck.
In order to take a look at what Officer Knight did and did not state. So I'm holding my ruling on your objection.
Understood, Your Honor. I don't need an answer to it now, or I trust you to strike what you need to strike.
Yeah, if I find that things need to be struck, they will be stricken. But honestly, it's a closing argument. I'm not a jury. I don't listen to them half the time. Anyhow, court is adjourned. I will let everybody know when I'm ready to make my ruling.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honors.
You basically just said your closing statement was shit.
Okay.
Oh, poor guy, bro.
Good shit, Crane. Another one bites the dust. Good shit. That's my boy right there. Crane fucking LLC. That's what I'm talking about.
It's all going to come back on how they feel about the whole alleged brake check thing. So.
Yeah, but it wasn't a brake check.
It
Why does
wasn't,
this guy have
bro.
an AK and a Molly? Like, what's going
No,
on
I
here?
don't. How can you see behind you like that, huh?
Wait, does Bass have a Molly?
Guy has a Molly and an AK. What is this?
I think since the court server all of a sudden feels powerful.
Yeah, now he can just do whatever he wants.
And how's he looking behind him?
It's evidence.
Oh, yeah, this is me. This is me. Nice. Nice. Now he
Just
wants
out
to
of
fuck. He wants
curiosity,
to
if
add
somebody
him
would
all of
want
a
to do
sudden.
science
Nice.
with one of those Mollies.
Yeah, we can test
What's
the
that?
signs.
Oh. You'll test it for science, just like you threw it back in her car.
He's on the court server, not mad. He wants to add him in all of a sudden.
Somebody in New York took a Molotov and chugged that shit at an LSPD. Is it NYPD? Yeah, NYPD cruiser. And that thing blew the fuck up inside the car and lit it on fire. It was crazy.
You know, I would think that if a Molotov were
So
stuck with a
hot in my
cruiser,
room, I hate
the
this
least
shit.
that would happen
how'd
would
you
be
get
the
that,
tires
bro?
would go out
Fuck.
on it.
Oh, she's got money, man.
That's
I
very
would- I would
powerful, Brian.
think.
Throw it, Brian. You won't. Throw it, Brian. Send it.
Well, it
Chill,
actually
chill.
sounds like water.
Didn't go inside.
Yeah,
and burn
it's
everybody.
called vodka, dumbass.
I mean, it wouldn't make much sense for a PD cruiser because you're supposed to have
Or
like,
alcohol,
reinforced
whatever the fuck
windows,
it is.
right? But,
Right,
A
right.
cocktail.
But if the
I bet you
windows are
can't hit that
open-
guy walking across the street.
Wait, what
yeah,
did you
just,
say?
Shut up.
What, are you
I
just
mean,
like,
I would think that it would actually
What
break
is
a
it, Robbie? What's a
regular,
Molotov?
regular car window. I know
Shut
that.
up. It's
wow, just
alcohol,
tell me.
bitch.
I'm just curious.
That's alcohol.
You know so much about it. I'm just like wondering what is it?
Yeah, it would
Yeah, you
depend
said it
on
sounds like
the
water,
glass of the
bitch.
vehicle
It's
and what
liquid.
the, you know,
How- what does
bottle
water
and
sound
all
like?
that is.
Inside
If it's like a
there.
liquor bottle, then yeah, it
Go
should go
fuck
straight
yourself.
through.
A cocktail,
I'm
bro.
just wondering.
Right.
Throw it,
What
Brian.
is it, Rami?
Alcohol.
Wait, so do we wait here or?
Yeah. He'll make a DA announcement. He'll make an announcement.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Truck at him, Brian. Throw it at him. I need a fucking bandage.
Brian, hold on, don't throw it. Come here. Come here, Brian. Come here. Listen, if you can throw it across the street. Here, come here.
If you hit that booth, that ticket booth,
If you hit the ticket booth,
from here.
if you hit it, I'll give you 15K in the other county. If not, you give me 15K.
From here.
From
I
right
feel
here.
like you're scheming, or like if I
No,
aim
no.
too high, it's gonna fall back down or something.
No,
it doesn't.
I'm dead serious.
What are you doing?
We'll stand next to you then. We'll stand
No,
next
you're
to you
good.
if you're
Just throw
scared.
it.
You have to hit the ticket
If
booth,
you
right?
if you hit the ticket booth, I'll give you 10K. If not, you give me 10K on the other county. Deal?
You got this,
I'll
Brian.
wait, I'll
Light
wait
work.
until after the court case.
All right.
Yeah, the DA put too much time in this. I don't want this to cause it to influence.
Hey,
the,
we're just waiting. We're not doing anything right now.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
You gotta respect.
Yeah.
Brian, you got any bandages or anything? I'm bleeding out.
Are you bleeding out?
My left spine is
I
irritated.
actually, yeah, no, I got no bandages.
Your left spine. You have two spines.
Yeah, I do.
I used all my shit last time.
It go the other way. It
Are
went
you
the
any
other way last
bandages,
time,
please?
so-
I got some IFAX.
Oh, thank you so much.
So what happened exactly? What was the rule? I'm kind of curious, actually.
The ruling on that one was that the shooting was justified because he, still had the beanbag shotgun and whatnot. So
Really?
and,
I'm actually surprised. If
yeah,
he's not an
police-
active threat and fleeing from police turning his back, why was he shot at?
Oh shit, that's the same case for me. You heard that, Crane? What you just said? Boom, done.
What are you talking about?
Same
You
thing
shot a
happened to
police
me,
officer.
bro.
You shot at me though.
I
Are you
wasn't
talking
an
about my
active
case?
threat. And I didn't have a gun out or anything.
When you fled?
Yeah, I didn't have no gun.
But this one's different because he got in the car and fled and got away from police. Then they saw him again, right, Corey? You said? Or did they have eyes on the whole time?
What are you talking
they
about?
They had eyes on the whole time. That's what I was pushing the limits up to see if
Gotcha.
that Tennessee v. Garner resets or can be reset during the same interaction.
I truly believe if
Go ahead,
somebody's
bro.
an active threat, sure, you can open fire. But as soon as they flee, why, gun them down? Try to, detain them in a different way, less lethal or something like that. But they try to aim for that beanbag again and point at police officers, sure, shoot them.
Ooh, all right, all right.
it's truly circumstantial. You know, there's nothing. There's like no always like wrong or right or black and white. It just there's always like dancing between that line and making sure you make that right call under like certain circumstances when it comes to it. So I don't know.
How long do you think it'll take for him to make a decision?
A lot of witnesses on this one. Maybe like 10 minutes.
I don't know. I feel like most of the determining points are. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty straightforward.
Especially you saying this is for copper.
I don't think I ever said that.
By the way, Knight, can I just say one of the things that I appreciate about you most in the courtroom setting is that you're willing to admit when you don't remember something, and I love that about you.
Yeah, I'm not a cunt.
Yeah, you're not an asshole who just reads over the report before you come in and just verbatim say what the report said.
Yeah,
that trust me, I get the opposite end of it.
Like the
motherfuckers
novelist,
like looking at their
Nancy that was in the
body
last
cams
case.
and shit like that.
Body cam is different, but if you're giving a report to read, isn't that fair game though?
The report's fair game, but you need to admit when you're on the stand and you don't remember, and then refer to the report, which some officers
it's different
do.
on this. I thought I prepared before, like I talked to like the DA off before the court case, but on the stand, reading the report at the same time,
And I've had officers that were very clearly doing that before, where they're almost verbatim telling me what the report already says, and that's not terribly useful, because the whole reason I call you guys down here is if all I needed was what was on the report, I would just have the reporting officer here and we'd move on with our lives. I'm looking for the outside perspectives, you know.
Gotcha.
Did we win? I don't know.
It's all about the risky planning for me, so.
And
This fine. You're too lazy to prepare
half the
like
reason I like
5
having you on
hours
the
before.
stand so much, Bass, is because you seem to know the procedures and what is and isn't allowed almost, forwards and backwards. And you're very honest with your answers. So
Yeah, I mean, even if it makes the PD look bad, I'd like to tell the truth, because the truth is what matters here. I don't care about, winning or losing court, as long as justice is being served, sir.
You guys looking hear this guy?
So about this Sam Bass special, what's going on with that?
Wins or losses.
I have no idea. You guys made that up, actually. Thank you for that.
I'm very surprised that the ADA didn't use that against you properly.
Sam Bass special?
Because you testified the definition of the Sam Bass special and then declared that the Sam Bass special was executed.
When it wasn't.
When, in turn, that would have, by any...
It'd kill a man, let's be honest.
Well, exactly. So therefore, I don't know, like he could have struck in your testimony for effectively bullshit.
Well, it was Toretti who did it, and he missed anyway. So, well, he didn't miss, he hit, but he didn't do it fully. He didn't connect 100%.
So just so you guys know, in order to have the testimony stricken from the record entirely, the only reason that I ever even threatened to do that is because it tends to send people off their rockers, especially the DAs and the ADAs. The judge isn't typically going to do that unless it's something that's material to the case. So, for instance, them...
But even then, it would draw them to question the rest of the testimony. Like, if you can point out the fact that, look, Randy and Rami collectively said that the Sam Bass special was executed, which by any reasonable person, you would know that that would have completely disabled one of the vehicles, and which it didn't. And therefore, if there are bullshitting about that statement, who's to say their other statements aren't exaggerated either?
I thought you did say this is for copper, let's be honest.
Well, so I never actually said that.
And they may take that into account whenever they're deliberating, comparing the statements and so on and so forth, but they won't just strike everything.
Unless you plead the Fifth Amendment in the middle of your testimony.
Yeah, unless you give us the Toretti special and just shut your whole goddamn testimony down. Accessoretti Toretti, as it were.
How long is this gonna take?
Jesus Christ. To be fair, I haven't done the Sandbass special since last year of 2019 when I
That's
saved
another
Conan
lie, bro.
Clarkson.
You're not on the stand, bro. It's fine.
I actually
I'm not
remember
lying. Last time I did it to save Conan Clarkson, okay? That was
And AJ Hunter, bitch.
I do remember that. I mean, never mind.
Excuse me?
It was on the highway, I remember.
It was on the highway right next to Grandma's. Next to that orange soccer ball building. I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean,
He actually saved
never
us
mind.
from both ice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You saved Conan from both ice.
I did. That was the last time I did it. It's been a year.
In your Crown Vic without a ram bar, by the way. I just want to point that out.
So wait, did I actually say that? Because now you guys got me questioning. I gotta
did,
like.
Brian, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, this is for Copper.
Yeah, you did say that actually.
Wait, how do you know, Crane?
I have no idea.
No, but you did say this is for Copper. Right, Rami?
When did you say that?
Yeah, you did. You said that when we were right after we made the turn, right after you were shooting.
I
Where
wanna
me and
see
Ranger
the
were
clip.
going, what the fuck? I don't have
Ship it.
I'll say this
I'm
might
like
be
really curious because
You can watch this.
I
might
mean,
be
like
after
an
the podcast.
entirely
inception case.
possible.
You gave him the idea.
It's entirely possible.
Was Copper sent in already at that point? I don't think she was.
No.
I didn't
No,
think
she
so
wasn't.
either. That's why.
No, she was.
So
It was like
no, she
right
wasn't.
after
She
we
wasn't.
dunked your ass
Oh,
off
she
the
was
lighthouse.
She was in
No,
prison.
I don't think she was.
She
Robbie.
was.
She was. No, she
because
was.
this was on a Saturday, right? This ramming was on a Saturday. She
No,
got
it
sent
wasn't.
on a
No, it
Saturday.
wasn't.
I remember.
It was that day.
Oh, it was
we
actually
fucked
the
up that
same
money
day.
truck,
It was
bro.
the same
Remember
day
that?
of it. Remember that? Bass. Remember that?
Oh, shit.
I think it was
I
Friday.
don't remember, to be honest.
I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean,
Can I just point out that Copper and McLean get sent in for that, but somehow Ripley's still out there stabbing people and he's fine.
Ripley
True.
went to Parson, to be fair. Which is worse than prison, if you ask me.
yeah, Parsons is way worse than prison.
Are we sure that he shouldn't like get a part-time job at Parsons or something? Because it seems to be a serial habit of his.
You know we
Well,
have
they might as
footage
well
of
pay him
that
more.
there, GSF.
Yeah, but we know about that, alright?
Wait, you know about that? How?
We know about the whole story. He made him do it.
How do you know about that?
No, we didn't.
How do you?
Do you have proof
Okay, this
that we
is
made him
an
do it?
RP pause. How do you? Do you guys really know?
No, I don't really know, but I can assume that's something Changi would do.
So you're assuming?
I know.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
are we
you can't
pause?
prove that in court though.
Oh, we're pausing.
Yeah,
Fuck.
okay.
Occasionally
Keep
we
pausing.
use Matt to solve our cases because
Oh.
he wants to put in the fucking work.
True.
True.
Okay, I see you. I see you.
You know, I occasionally go back and look at every
never
clip
mind.
as a judge
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
case, too.
trigger you.
No, go ahead. Try it.
No.
It's usually
I'm
every
not gonna.
time you try to trigger me, I trigger you back even harder.
Ooh, do it, Rami.
I don't think. Have you ever
Well,
actually
he's
triggered me?
actually so the RP pause. Okay, yes, I have actually triggered you. RP pause. So yeah, they actually he's telling the truth about them using like Matt and shit because how do you think they spawned in guns and shit to the server? You know?
What?
What guns?
What is it?
What are you talking about?
What?
Guns.
Wait, was that
I'm
your
trying-
best attempt? I just
Shut
got
up,
that.
Go fuck yourself.
Wait,
Go fuck
how is
yourself.
that? Wait, was that really your best attempt?
I didn't-
How many
I
days
don't
have
wanna
you been like? Weeks have you been
Shut
holding
up.
that in?
Shut up, Brian. I've been holding it in for a long time, actually. I need to come
Was
up
that
with
bad
better,
one,
you
Brian?
know,
Yeah, but
comeback.
you even know how it works.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you think you
That's
guys
what
get
I'm-
them so easily?
Yo,
I
immunity
mean, let's
was
be
doing
real.
for
At the end
months
of the
in a
day,
row.
you know where the content's at.
True.
True.
Can we just for a
Brian,
second?
there's
Can we
no
talk
night
about
right now
how?
here.
Huh?
Can we just talk about how, as a defense attorney, I really need Conan Clarkson to come back so I have more fucking cases to charge against people, specifically against the police department.
Well, Conan Clarkson won't come back until change is made in PD.
Oh yeah.
Good luck with that.
Okay. All right. Don't open that door.
You want me to be honest?
So 2021, basically, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably longer.
You might get fired for inactivity. Be careful.
Now he's reserved. He's chilling.
Oh, shit, alright.
Why is it that these fucking light poles just
Keep
love
falling
to?
over.
Hell,
You know
he'll
I
come
hate
back
when they
with
fall
the
over
Park
during
Ranger station
chases,
gets put
bro.
in.
There's the one that's off Forum Drive that always falls.
And they just
All right,
fucks you.
hold on.
Oh,
RP
yeah.
pause with this shit. If you don't see them because, you know, distance scaling and shit like that, I mean, they don't really fuck you, right?
A word?
Is that a
Wait,
thing?
hold on. What?
Wait, what's that?
If you don't really typically see them, right? They don't really get
Oh, you
fucked
can
up.
actually take them off. You
Yeah,
can,
that's
you
what
could,
I'm
you could,
saying.
you could
if you-
not see fire extinguishers and newsstands as well.
The alleyway?
Bro,
yeah,
I
that's
know
right.
how
Like,
to do
the
it,
other
too.
dude,
that tow truck driver kept
that's
not
the
seeing
new
the
move, bro.
fire hydrants.
Yeah, get rid of all the bushes too. Hell yeah.
Fucking new meta
You
just
can't
gets
do
and
that.
scale all
Get
the
rid
way
of
down
bushes,
and
you
such
can't.
a
You
low.
make bushes smaller.
Half the time,
Flashlight,
you know what
like,
Brian told me
you're
he
hitting
does?
so much shit.
Brian,
God, I never see it.
you know what Brian told me he does? He puts his population density all the way down so he doesn't have to like crash into cars and shit.
Are you serious? That's a thing?
No,
Yeah,
that doesn't actually
cars
work.
isn't a thing.
That's a rumor.
You fuck.
No, you can do that, but it's got to be on like the server.
Oh, okay.
It's funny how low settings reward you for being a better gamer.
Mm-hmm. That's how every
What happened?
FPS is. Come on now.
True.
So about
Hey,
it's
so
awkward.
Bass, would you
new
be a ranger?
topic. So last night,
What?
listen, are we just chilling? Because this is probably gonna take.
Yeah, it's gonna take a
Yeah,
long time.
it might be a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
Just
more
minutes.
minutes.
Fucking
Fucking Crane
We're
had to
just-
fucking object his closing statements. We're gonna be here a while.
I got a great topic.
Wow.
Thanks,
doing
for
my
it.
fucking
Yeah,
job,
you ready
Jesus.
for this one? Just
Yeah.
last night, Chang put all our vehicles in the water. Should I have spawned a vehicle or not?
No.
No.
Okay. Let's talk. I got this fucking pussy in my chat. Anyways, how do you feel about trading a helicopter for a vehicle?
Trading a helicopter for a vehicle.
Give me the
circumstance.
scenario.
Give me like the scenario.
Yeah. this
So
a
they had a
boat thing?
helicopter and a boat, and I told them to go trade the helicopter for that vehicle.
Well, no. What should have happened is one of the 10 officers that were standing still on the yacht go grab a fucking boat that flew 10 feet, that floated
Thank
10
you.
feet,
Thank
and
you.
then put all the
yeah.
cops on the fucking boat and then
Thank
drive off
you.
and leave our bodies there so none of us has to die.
The kamikaze.
Common sense was not being used yesterday.
All
I
you
don't
have to do
know
is take
why.
a chopper, drop somebody into the boat from the chopper, and get the boat. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna
No,
do.
not
But
even
then,
swim to it. There was like 10 cops just standing there with fucking cameras out looking at the shore watching you guys die. Why didn't any of them go swim for the boat? I don't understand.
I don't know how we
Yeah,
didn't
well, not
anchor
that I
it
care.
last night.
People
I'm gonna be
forget
honest, I
this
just
thing,
wanted to go to
actually.
sleep.
I'm not gonna lie, Brian. The way you were telling them, what to do was kind of hot.
Wait, what do you mean?
On the yacht, when you were like commanding everyone.
Oh my god.
They're all
Dude,
all
the way
cadets.
we moved in, the fucking Big D. You're like, Big D, what the
Bro,
fuck?
I don't want to
We
hear it. I
fucking
don't want to hear it.
busted
Oh my
through.
god, bro! I don't know what you
Yeah.
see.
I want to hear this. What happened?
Just
But-
big
so,
D,
so
big
I was
D.
on the. I'll tell you. I was on the top level,
All
and
right.
me and Big D were holding down the top. Mind you, when I was going to the top level, Big D shot me and took all my armor out. So I'm out here fucking smoking up.
Who shot you,
Then
by the way?
So
Big D.
Big D.
Oh my
So
god.
then
Oh.
I'm smoking up. As I'm smoking up, Big D then dips out and watches one of you guys go to the engine room. He tunnels to the engine room, he almost goes down. I'm here smoking up. Then Ripley sees that Big D's not up there anymore. So Ripley lands the heli on top of the yacht, and I'm sitting there smoking up. So Ripley gets like a stance on there. He takes me out, and because Big D left, that's why Ripley landed the heli.
So
then
that-
when you guys push into the
Yeah.
engine room, Big D runs to Randy and gets Randy killed.
Yeah, true. I took out Big D, and then me and Randy had a firefight. I don't know how much I hit you there, but I ended
Yeah, it
up
was
having
three
to
of you
back up.
officers fucked me up. Oh, you mean initially? Initially, yeah. You
Well,
fucked me
yeah,
up.
initially it was big. I took down Big D, and then I started shooting you.
Yeah.
And once I was like almost down, I'm like, well, there's these other cops
Bro,
here.
not gonna lie.
I'm gonna tell them to push while I back out.
Oh, you were hit
I
bad?
bolted hard.
Actually-
When I bolted
yes,
hard.
you were right peeking me.
I was
Yeah,
so
true.
pissed.
You should have threw the molly. If you threw the molly, they would have killed everybody in the boat.
I couldn't. I was fucking smoking up because dumbass shot me.
Gotcha.
But that's
Bro,
actually
I
what
look
really
at that
fucked
left you
up.
for dead, huh?
We didn't
Yeah,
know you were
dude.
dead
No hesitation.
until we cleared the yacht. We had to spend 10 minutes because no one
yacht
called
is,
over the
'cause
radio
of what
that
happened last
you were
time.
down. Yeah, and what happened
'cause of
last
what
time?
happened
So
last
we're like
time.
fucking
Yeah,
clearing the entire boat, and during this like clearance goes down like out in the middle of nowhere, and now we're like, where the fuck is Chang? Like, where is this motherfucker?
I do like that mentality though, Brian, where you were like, we have to save Clarence as well, even though he's down. Like, we have to get his body. That was pretty dope.
Well, I mean,
that's
who's
pretty
the fuck-
dope.
like, how are we gonna go and like fucking sit in a boat all day? Like, who wants to watch? Like, who's gonna fucking chill and watch us for an hour just sitting there? I mean,
For real.
and not to mention it was like 5v1. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like
Let's
to
not
push
be a
and end
pussy.
shit right away instead of just stalemates all day. You know, people sitting around
Yeah.
for 45 minutes doing nothing.
Yeah. Or fucking
Rami-
or shooting from Hogwarts.
What? Well, what blew my
That's
mind
not happening as
is,
much, though.
like, what blew my mind is, like, towards the end there, right? We ended up pushing Chang, and we didn't even land a fucking shot. Like, that
The
fucking
problem is-
blew my mind.
You guys fucked up the way you pushed. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All three of you pushed and all came out of the same fucking car.
Nah, I don't think you guys
happened-
pushed, though. You guys didn't know
it
he
was-
was there, though, right?
I think it was like one of those situations where it's like, you know, how many orders do you give before you... I would have never wanted to land at the fucking beach. But it's one of those things where it's like, we need to land it, but you're not intending to say, land it literally where you're standing. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
at that stage, it becomes like, okay, are you going to be like, no, don't do that. We need to go somewhere else. You know, there's only so much you can say before... But even then, like, you would think we would have done some damage. You know,
We didn't hit him
3v1,
once.
even
Yeah.
if it's in a car. Because, like, 8 out of 10 times, you're going to take out that individual in the vehicle.
True.
Right, or the engine of the car.
Or the engine. We whiffed all that shit. We whiffed all those shots.
Everybody should have landed with you. Even Air 1 should have just landed and you said, fuck it, and just shot with you instead of just taking
it
off.
sort of happened so fast. Like, it was like a... You know, when it's like, okay, we're going to go down there. Even the moment, like, originally, I didn't even want to light up the car because we thought Clarence was inside, and then we NVL as fuck. You know what I mean? So we were going to move up there, and as soon as the helicopter was landing, Chang started lighting us up, and I went down immediately.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the jailbreak yesterday?
Yeah, that shit was fucking amazing.
I don't know how it was so easy.
Because
Or it
you had
wasn't
the
easy, it was
advantage
just
on the
clean.
rooftop.
Yeah, you fucking rushed B on the rooftop and just rained death from above. I was watching it from
Pretty
across the
much.
street.
I know how to
It was
counter it
great.
though, from now on. I know how to counter it. I think I might have a plan.
How are you gonna counter it?
The,
Well,
the
you know, you
thermite,
look
is
ahead
it
on
just
you,
like
Beth?
scuffed that first time?
Oh, I got melted.
Always?
Those advanced rifles destroyed
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
I
because
know how to
that
counter
shit
it,
gets
though.
insanely
I won't
fast.
tell you how, but maybe next time.
I need a truthful opinion here. All right, this is a judge's side. How do you guys feel about the hot gun shit?
I think it's the stupidest thing that I've...
We do it.
Okay, so
I know.
here's
No. Hold up. If you get caught with it, right? At the end of the day, if you get caught with something that's used in like previous shit, you know what I'm saying? Would you be pissed if you got charged for it?
No, I wouldn't because
I
I've
wouldn't.
gotten. There's one cop who always gets me on hot gun. It's fuck, what's his name?
Fox?
The dude who died. No,
Tucker?
quick fix guy. What's his name?
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
Fairly.
Fucking Raj. What his cop?
Yeah, Raj is
Yeah,
Tucker.
whatever.
Fox.
Bro, he
Oh,
always
he
every
does-
time he
yeah.
arrests me, he gets me on hot guns, and I actually respect it because, bro, there was this. I'll never forget this day. There was this one day where it was that one of those days, Randy, where we just did money trucks all day. Not all day, but like we did jewelry store, money truck, like we were fucking shit up the whole day. And I used the same gun because we never went down. And then at the end of the day, we did
Actually, I
like a
remember that.
crazy ass jewelry or a crazy ass money truck. And we went down, and he got me on every single situation because he got me in because of the gun. And I got charged with everything. I couldn't say shit. I was like, I respect it actually. Fuck.
Couldn't there be like a limitation? Like maybe
Yeah,
if the incident is over a week, then you can't
I
charge him
respect
with
that
it.
though. I
See,
respect
see,
it.
I mean, it's 30 days
here's my-
statute of limitation, right?
Well, see,
Yeah,
here's my
it's
issue.
Oh.
Here's my issue, and let me explain this. Like, okay, so if Rami goes into the police department with no goddamn mask on, directly in front of Brian, and stabs Bass in the neck, then he gets a 3-day warrant because he was positively identified. But if he's caught with a hot gun 14 days after a crime, then he goes down for it.
Well, I mean,
That-
if we're talking about
that's
the
just-
litigation behind
Yo,
it,
Scott
then
would
yeah,
have
there
took
should be
him
changes.
And that's
The
even
idea
like
of
with
having a
like
hot
all the
gun?
previous
Yeah,
crimes being
yeah,
no
yeah.
case, no case.
So you think more of a limitation of how many days pass?
The only
before you
question-
get
I think
for
it should line up
listen.
with the warrants. I don't
Yeah,
necessarily
only
agree with the
thing-
warrants being
yeah.
short as they are, but I don't think that it makes any sense for a hot gun to get you easier than
2 weeks later.
actually being
Don't-
positively
listen,
identified.
but you
The
could
only
argue,
issue,
though,
no, hear me out. Seriously, hear me out. The only issue that we have with the hot gun.
You know what the problem
is
with
what
Rami is people on talking.
I'm talking mechanics.
And if you don't, you just like cut everyone off. And just...
If I sell Randy or if I go and sell SBS Angels a hot gun, and somebody like Fairlight who takes all the evidence, and I did that same exact day. We did a bunch of shit that day, and I sold the gun to a random person, and he goes and arrests that random person. How can you mechanically prove that it wasn't you?
Yeah, that's the other
issue. That happens in Claire, right?
You could snitch though.
Yep. There's a few different ways. If they get DNA, like, and they hit you at any point in time, like, you can put your human DNA next to it and say, all right. But it depends on them actually hitting you and you're bleeding.
Yeah, but all of the hot gun cases that I have right now, it's literally just a gun serial number. That's all that it is.
I think part of the thing is, though, like, this is just me being honest. I think our laws are way too open to interpretation.
Oh, agreed.
And as a side effect, like, they're not the type of room for interpretation that judgments are made on, I feel is too feeling based, right? And as opposed to this is exactly what this law means, and what we see in the MDT is like a sentence, but the full law is iterated, and the judges, like, appeals can be made. Like, for example, Brain, if you don't like how like, if you think there's corner cases, or you don't like how like a law is, you should be able to petition along with other lawyers on behalf of other citizens to have the law changed or stipulations made.
I think you're doing that, right, Crane?
I've been trying to do exactly that for a while. Part of the problem is that the gray area of the law exists for a reason. I mean, for us who pay attention to it like all day, every day, it's frustrating. But for people who are literally involved in one-off case,
OOC meeting,
it
pretty much.
The gray area exists for the reason of making each case a little bit unique every time. That way, it's not just a lawyer telling you, "Well, you're fucked. No point in taking this to trial."
Right. But don't you think the judo that would be involved in arguing the law, its wording, something not being included, finding loopholes in it, and even in terms of like a criminal knowing about that loophole and using the loophole to their advantage, wouldn't that be equally as interesting? Because the problem that comes from the officer side of things, and in particular these hot guns, is I know people like the meme that it takes 5 minutes to pick up casings, but it's significantly more. Like, you're looking at anywhere from, it could be 15 minutes, it's a simple crime, up to an hour writing a report on a hot gun. And even though you've done all that, and it seems like a big hit to the criminal, I think for some criminals, when they get charged with it, it's sort of like, how do you find that happy medium?
Right.
See, for me, I think the hot gun thing, the way that I would like that to see play out, and I know this is a pain in the ass when you've got 4 cops on duty and there's 6 bank trucks being robbed at the same time. But I think the hot guns...
Yeah.
I think...
Not anymore.
I think that the hot gun should open up the door for reasonable suspicion, probable cause, things like that. You should bring them down in cuffs, able to interrogate them.
Yeah,
if you've got
no one
more,
is ever gonna sit and be like, "Oh, hey, this is where I was." Let's be honest on that.
No, not at all. But it gives you more. And if let's say, for instance, one of the ones that I have right now is the underlying report specifically says, the officer mentioned that it was members of the HOA who were doing it, because they always cuts when they do shit. What I want to see is the argument of the probable cause and reasonable doubt and stuff, being like, okay, it was the HOA who did this. A member of the HOA was found with this gun later, or it was we know for a fact it was the chain gang because we caught Rami, but we didn't get Randy. Randy was found with the gun later, so on and so forth. I don't want it to just be open and shut. We found the gun on you, now you're fucked. Because in that situation, if the gun gets resold, or if me and Sab are running a job together, and it's like, okay, well, I fucking hate this guy. Let me give him my murder weapon. That way, if we get busted in this jewelry store robbery, he goes down for murdering.
But it's the spicy up here, though.
That comes. I like the fact that, all right, you know what the fuck to do with
you
that.
You like that element of it?
Yeah, but that brings conflict, Crane.
Exactly.
I like that.
Sab goes out. Bro, if I got given a gun that murdered fucking Mike Diaz, and
the only way that I can see everybody being happy here is
honestly.
If a bill of sale was able to be made for guns.
Well, see, I like I like the fact that the hot gun thing opens up an investigation. I don't like that the RP basically stops at "we found you with a hot gun, so we're hitting you with a warrant."
You want more
Because the
narrative happening
direction
behind
I
it.
agree with that.
Right, because the direction we're traveling in with it right now, they're basically unappealable, depending on how my case with Julio goes.
Are they
Like
unappealable? Really?
Yeah, the DOJ literally shut mine down and said they were found with the gun. There's no legal reason to appeal this.
Is that clear?
Wait, hold on. Let me back up a second because, all right, first off, I've done this on the cop to someone, and then I'm trying to do it from the judge side to get something guidance-wise that takes it consistent, which is harder than you could actually imagine. So it's already happened where someone appealed it, and they won. That was the first one. The first one was...
And what was the basis of the appeal?
Yeah, so Cousin had a
Who the
bank
hell is
check in
that?
Toledo, and we found everything with it, linked everything up. It was Frank. And then he had another one where we got in a shootout with him underneath one of the bridges, and he got down. We collected evidence, and they linked up. So we went to go try to put it together.
The Vargas,
and it was said, no, you don't have enough to actually convict him of the Toledo bank job, even though we have the casings, we have everything else associated with it. So that's why it's been contested, is because there's a lot of different sides that go back and forth with it. Well, there's got to be at least some common ground or understanding from each side. So believe me, I'm all for it because I think that consequence or
no, Chad, we're gonna drop
like
it
you selling
8,300.
someone a hot gun or even planning it on them is pretty cool. I like that personally.
No, I like that a lot, but I mean, if you
Hot
look
gun
at, I mean,
on the
maybe you
judge.
can look at my appeal for Julio and tell me why the hell that thing literally got shut down without a hearing, because those things get served like warrants, which means
you should see.
Bro, what's it taking this guy so long, bro?
I think I remember the Julio case. There was DNA and casing, which I feel like
no, not.
You have somebody dead to rights at that point. If you get their DNA and their casing on the scene of an armor truck, I mean, it's pretty hard to fight.
And in theory, you could still set someone up, right? You could shoot somebody. Like you killed someone, you put their body there, and then you fucking shoot somebody and then put the gun on them.
So their blood is everywhere.
You can just five head over.
I mean, that's a long way to go to set somebody up. But
I mean, to tell you wouldn't happen, it definitely would happen.
It's possible.
It's possible. I think it would be great if somebody did that.
People are down to do stuff like that. I mean, bear in mind, hot guns were put in as a means to.
Thank you so much, man.
Have people dump their weapons, so that the gun economy could flow. But the problem is that the gun economy can't flow because there's two issues. One is that we've noticed that even if the prices of guns went down, in the way old system like 6 months ago, people will still not dump their guns, even if they have access to weapons, because
Well, that's why the K got brought in.
But then now there's an issue where even then the free flow of the price of weapons is dictated by materials, of which that entire economy is like fucked up.
Yeah.
And just
that's
to
why you end up with
clarify-
these 5.5K fucking heavy pistols and shit.
Well, right, because a job pays maximum 7-8K for like a bank.
Yeah,
job?
but the
10.
Most of the materials are
hear me out.
I'm hearing you out, Robbie. Go.
No, bro. I'm talking to Medi. What? At what point though? Who dictates the price of the materials though? Yeah,
Whoever's
people like
buying
OTT
them.
and all
whoever's buying them.
Yeah. Or the people robbing the houses.
Right.
And then there's
grinders,
also the ability that anyone who's smart, and trust me, there's people out there that we don't know about, but I'm familiar with. I'm not going to say who price floors and does buyouts, thus dictating the price of materials. But people don't fuck with that shit, even though there's a ton of RP there.
Yeah.
Like imagine you are let's say you are intentionally hoarding all of a certain material and you've got connections to producers. You now control that market.
Right.
Like
yeah,
a whale, like a whale in a
that
Bitcoin.
shit.
But with materials expiring, it's hard to control the market.
No, it's not, because at the end of the day, I heavy disagree. When they something else, that the people who run these
materials,
things,
and then there's people like us who don't give a shit about it.
They control it by controlling those who produce it.
They sell it whatever
It's
they
making
want.
sure your deals are there, and you're making sure you got those deals tight.
Then he has OTT
and
to
making
do that.
sure others don't come into that market.
I'm pretty sure Jordan does that a lot as well.
But
Yeah.
can you really have whales though with the decay?
of how fast these materials do. How fast
because
the
the
material
material might decay in 30 days, but then it gets produced into a weapon, which is 30 days. That's a huge window, and the amount of weapons that have to
2 months.
circulate through the different sellers, of which there are
That
many.
guy over there.
That market flows. It's just that. we
That's
don't
why
fuck with that shit.
I feel like, bro, I feel like the recycling center should be brought back, man. That shit was
should
pumping
be.
out materials.
100%.
Yeah,
Hundreds
there needs to be
of
another
shit.
better legal way to produce.
I miss that shit, honestly, because there used to be wars over that. I remember the Vagos had a war with like Matt Rhodes or some shit.
It was a monopoly back then. That's why.
I think another so there's a scrap yard.
Medi knows how this server
which,
works.
honestly, I think
beautifully.
the RP around that is fucking dope. It's just people
Medi knows
reduce
the
it
ins and
down
outs of
to
pretty much everything.
OMG. It's just chopping cars, but they don't see the bigger picture of what's going on over there.
Right.
But I think there should be another area somewhere completely else that also produces it that a gang can control, and that
wasn't
would be
wasn't there a chop shop like up in like an alley in Vinewood or something like that?
Medi,
that was a long time ago.
But I mean that could possibly come back.
Be honest.
Medi,
pretty outdated.
Oh, dude, you remember? Medi, remember?
Come on
remember when the server first came, and there was the plane wreck. The the helicopter wreck where you would have to go there and you can go all the way down.
Get scrap.
People would hold that down, bro. Yeah, bro. People used to hold that shit down.
Back in the day.
Everyone on their boats.
So I'm talking about that.
Well, we
people
tried
should,
doing
like,
some shit like that. We're gonna do like load up a gun. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say it. there's some things. It's just
give us the juice,
difficult due to things.
Dude, what's
So
taking
Brian,
these
are
guys
you
so
saying
long?
there just needs to be like another chop location?
Well, first off, I think our economy is complete dog shit. But it doesn't make any. Well, the thing is, it's gotten so complex.
I've already told.
It's so complicated with the amount of systems that interact with each other.
Right.
That the root problems when you're like, oh, these guns are too expensive, cannot be solved due to the complexity of the system. So you can't balance it. The economy is so complex that you would have to have a full-time fucking
economist.
Economist to figure it out.
Professional stockholder come in.
Regardless of what people may claim and think and believe, that's not going to be solved by us.
Right.
So I think
B would have taken for 5 months in a Ranger would have taken
a bit
for 6. How
more
long is this shit gonna
simple
be,
and
bro?
layered and based on frequency and tick rate. So in other words, X amount of guns get produced a week. And if it results in too many guns, you bring that number down. If there's too little, you bring it up.
So you just kind of feel it out as you go.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then what is used for
Material equals
production,
guns. Yeah, I know.
that also has a similar rate to it, right?
Right.
But if it's, it needs to be simple systems like that. And then you're tweaking simple values and watching and then observing the behavior. You know what I'm saying? The way that it works now, it's a free-flowing market, and you can't observe and adjust a free-flowing market.
Yeah.
How do you fix the current system?
You have to.
Rewrite it.
What the fuck?
So
Where did that
are
guy
you
come
saying
from?
a wipe should happen?
No, I mean redesign it. Like I'm saying, the system is too complicated. To ever be balanced properly. It doesn't make any reasonable sense.
It's always server economy has always been an issue, man. Even in the old server, like everybody was getting.
Brian's basically talking about like a massive overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
You can never have an economy completely perfect.
Right.
We don't live in a perfect world. I think what needs to happen though is there needs to be large, dude, there's way too many rich people right now, and there needs to be a money dump, if not a white,
but
it's
if you want a money dump, like a stimulus check, basically,
and
maybe
easy,
taxes.
no, a money dump, bro, not a money. A money dump.
Okay.
If you want to money dump everything, I'm telling you, bro, come out with another set of apartments. I'm telling you, people will buy it and make it ridiculously high though, or make it mandatory or some shit, you know.
You get to a point where, I mean, it's similar. You think of for example, Minecraft. You get all the resources in general, and you don't know what the fuck to do with it, right? You have everything, right? You know, Randy, you got your Lambo. Rami, you got your Mercedes. You got a nice Vinewood, whatever. It's like, what do you do after that? And that's where people start to get
sitting on $1 million
complacent.
right now, to be honest. And I'm
I
nothing
did.
to
Yeah,
spend
you
it
gotta
on.
remember all
I was
the
just talking to somebody the other day, and they had.
You gotta remember, Holbert just said that. You gotta remember, these are end game things, though. We've been in this game for 2 years now.
We've been on end
These are
game for since
I'll say
like
the
December.
common player doesn't have nearly
the-
that stuff.
I was going to say that the difficulty is
Back
balancing
when-
both for that and balancing for people who don't have that and not making it overly complicated so that you remain poor literally forever. So,
yeah.
Because if you overcomplicate it, then, you know, if everyone's shooting for that Mercedes or that Lambo and, you know, 2 years later they're still, you know, collecting plastic at the fucking scrapyard, then
Well,
they
it
might
also
have problems.
depends too, like what is it that people want, right?
Right.
Because some people may be like, I want to be able to get in the city and drive a Lambo, right? Whereas others might look at it like Lambo should be something that only like 5% get, and the rest have. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
like the
Yeah.
vision of
Kind
what
of
the world
status.
should be is so different depending on what
Right.
group is imagining the world.
Yeah.
What all the new players need to do is just be like Crane and become God Lawyer and buy a Lambo within a month.
Just get a bunch of clients, tell them fucking 20 to 30% a piece, and then just sue the fuck out of the PD. It's easy.
Easy formula for success.
Just
But I
instead of doing
want
oxy
baby.
runs, just do court runs and sue the
Just do
cops over
court
and over
runs.
again.
I agree with Rami though. We needed a money sink. Maybe taxes. People got to pay something, a fee, something
It was
to
supposed
keep
to be
things
the tuner cars, and then it was the tax, and
that there should have been. Never mind.
Like
I
every
think-
civilian should pay tax based on the money they make and the income they make, right?
You know what? I think they
but
should.
that doesn't.
You know when you buy houses and cars, it
Only
takes like
business
10
though.
weeks to pay a month, and you only have to pay like 10K a week.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think they should shorten that so you have to pay more a week.
Well, so the way that it had been considered, and may still be considered, is that you should never have to ever be able to pay something off. So to have the best things, you need to have that continuous flow. And even though it may not mean, like, let's say to get the best house in Vinewood and the best, like, 2 dope cars and, like, enough weapons, you need a certain income flow, right? To be able to maintain those things.
Yeah, it's the same.
Now, if you decide not to, like, you know, let's say you go, I don't know, fucking play some other bullshit for like 3 weeks,
what
you could
about
come
car
back and you still had
insurance?
enough money to pay for those, but now you need to work your ass because you're about to lose your house.
Right,
You're about to lose
Why
that
not like car insurance or
Because
something?
if you ever fully pay and buy something out, that's
that would be.
that's a problem because you just end
kind
up
of a good
paying it
idea.
off. Like 10 weeks is nothing. Like I played off my Corvette. I don't even remember those 10 weeks going by. You know what I mean?
But doesn't that promote the grinding mindset though, Brian?
Yeah, I was gonna say the
how's a
problem
little
with that
bit,
is
yeah.
that it,
Because you have to
it's
grind to stay up.
also-
But so I would, if the economy were balanced to allow for that. I mean, you do bank jobs. These guys do bank jobs all the time on their characters. I would argue that the activities that you're
What about
currently
this,
doing
chap?
should let you
You
live a
fully
healthy
pay off your car, but you have to pay car insurance
Los
to drive
Santos
it.
lifestyle.
If you don't pay off that car insurance, you can't
Well,
drive
and
it.
you know what I mean?
And you can you risk
Rate
losing
is
it.
on bank jobs and like trucks, yada yada. Like if you
Every
say
week you have to pay,
realistically,
like-
80%,
I
60%,
don't
like
know.
where would you put that at, Rami, Randy, Saab, whoever?
I'm not sure to be honest.
Wait, say that again.
If you give me
say that
like a rough estimate of like how successful your bank runs or whatever jobs you guys do.
Our bank?
Yeah. Would you say 60%,
well, the thing is, the ball
50%?
changes. So like
any job.
I mean, any job.
Still bank success rate
jewelry
pretty
will,
much.
will last you an hour.
Are you saying our
What are you
success
asking?
rate? Your
Yeah,
success
contract.
rate?
Yeah,
it's
these
your
jobs?
success rate.
Well, for us,
I mean, that's
I
our
don't know.
crew is different than everybody else.
No, I get that. I get that.
Maybe like 70%.
Right. So you get someone
Yeah.
that has like a 30 or 20% success rate.
Mm.
They're going to be so in the hole with this. So, I mean, you guys theoretically should have the higher income and be able to sustain that. Where even
True.
just one person that has a successful run should at least be able to counterbalance the 4 other times that they get caught out at some point. But that doesn't happen. You know, you take your resources with that. That's a lot of commitment in terms of resources for other people.
But
right?
crime doesn't pay though right now. That's the problem.
I think part of the problem with the idea of like ongoing payments and stuff too is that it would be just too punitive for people who want to like for instance when The Last of Us 2 comes out, you fuckers aren't going to see me for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, rip. 2 weeks.
So,
I'll make sure
well,
to
you're not
schedule
very
all
good
your
at video
court
games?
cases right
I'm,
then.
well, no, I always set it on the hardest difficulty, and then
Bro,
I
how's
and then
this
I am too stubborn
case
to
not
turn
being
it down.
settled yet?
Oh, gotcha.
But or like cyberpunk, whatever your game of choice is. If you
Right.
want to move on and do other shit for a little while, you shouldn't really be punished for that. And I feel like that quickly leads to a situation where you might get punished for that.
I mean, I feel like, so just in theory, let's say that's the system that was went for. I'm sure there'd be ways around it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some levies, like if you haven't been around for X amount of days, I think your payment should just pause. You know what I mean? To allow for you to come back on your character.
Yeah, that would be fair.
I would further say that in terms of like crime doesn't pay, well, that's also in a new system. You would hope that those payments were balanced against the lifestyle that we're balancing against. This is what a top tier guy would be looking at. This is what a medium tier. And then finally, in regards to what the everyday civ is going to do, personally, I think we need a rental shop. I think like if you come in and you want to play like do a limo driver that day, you should be able to go and rent the limo, but you can't tune it, and it's not good enough for a getaway car, and etc. etc.
And
you know,
I
you go do your thing
Wasn't
without having to grind for a
Dundee
week.
trying to set up like a rental shop?
Yeah, he was trying to set one up, and I know PDM's been trying to push that idea for a while, but the fear is kind of what you said, is that
Randy's rental service.
somebody comes in and rents a car for the they rent their I would say Neon, but that just got nerfed to shit. They rent whatever car,
Getaway
and then
car.
they go out and do a bunch of crime in it.
Yeah.
Well, then
but
blacklist.
Well,
create a
no,
blacklist specifically for that.
No,
There's
but
roleplay
that's
behind it, right?
the thing though. Like if we have a rental, like so I've played on like SOE and family and stuff.
Oh,
And
too cheap.
some of those systems were fucking cool. Like when you would do weed runs, you would rent what was a hot car, and you would load it that
box of
stuff
weed?
with a bunch of weed and stuff. And so there was a risk with it. So if you went to a rent, so let's say you decided to go rent a car and you ended up getting like a fucking like Lambo, right? It would cost you like $5,000, and you got it for 3 days, and you could do a bunch of crime, but that
Yeah,
might
no, with
fuck
that.
you with the rental place for a couple days.
Oh, okay.
But the low end stuff, like let's say you just want to get a Sultan or whatever because you're RPing like a limo or whatever. Yeah, go do crime, fine, but it's gonna be a shit car for that.
Maybe the solution then is that the whatever that payment system is or whatever, it like gets tied to the days that you're actually active on the player. 'Cause, I mean, that would resolve the issue of for one, people who are I hate bringing it up, but people who are fighting the queue, and also people like Afro who have somehow gotten 3 more character slots than the rest of us have. That way you're not punished for not being on, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a rental shop should be like something. I think generally rentals, you should be able to rent a car without any effort because you're RPing with it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like,
I mean,
and because the thing is that vehicle that you're renting is not going to be good for doing a bank job, for a Fleeka, or a
I know one of
et
those
cetera,
wasn't a loan
because
system.
it's going to be hard capped. Maybe it only goes 100 miles an hour, so you're not going to be able to get away from the cops.
He's whitelisted on
you know.
I mean,
well,
another
think about this
solution
for
would
like
just be
a
to
second as well. Even if you go towards that perspective, you say, all right,
Mm-hmm.
is it used for a job, not used for a job? Even if you use it outside of that, think about someone that actually wants to get into like the race scene, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
was my Civ character for a long time, wanted to just do that. But in order to get anywhere competitive with it, you're looking at 500, 600,000 real quick.
Yeah.
So, I spent 3 months trying to get that, and shit, there was like 150. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm short of that, So, you look at different scenes around it. I think that could be an encouraged thing. You have a complicated and intricate race system, but we rarely use it because the entry point for that is so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. But isn't there something to do with like just the RP surrounding it for that as well? Because I mean, like, as a person who, previously on different servers ran a race scene, like what we would do is we would have bracketed tiers. So you'd have,
All right,
your
Benjamin
tier
Crane, I
5
see
or
you, bro,
whatever
out
you
here
want to call it, where
driving.
everybody
All
brings,
right.
their supercars.
Look at Crane, bro.
But then you've got your like entry level tier.
Crane out
and,
here
whoever
speeding
it is
like a
that's
maniac.
designing the race scene just says, okay, well, these are the cars that, from PDM that fit tier 1. These are the cars from PDM that fit tier 2. And
yeah,
we're having a tier 2 race on Sunday. Everybody show up in
I
your
do like that.
Dominator,
Yeah, that sounds
There's,
good.
there's an RP way to fix that.
Oh, okay. Can this guy hurry the fuck up with his fucking?
What's going on?
I've sat in shorter times waiting for a murder case than actual civil lawsuit.
I'm
What the
pretty
fuck's
sure
going on?
He's really trying to decide on that brake check, huh?
Oh, 5 minutes.
Oh,
They must have been listening into this
They were listening to
conversation.
He's like, oh yeah, we kind of.
I'm gonna be real with you. This has been a good conversation.
Great.
Yeah,
no, it has.
Yeah, no, I love you guys for having these conversations. This is great.
I still hate Rami though.
Alright, back to this, I guess. Back to this.
All in good love, yeah, Rami.
Resume.
We missed a result. Bum. Alright, let's see if we wasted our time or not, boys. Oh, they're ready. Ooh. Pug, true. And that's all OOC talk. Bro, please, bro. We do not waste. Please, man.
Do we have
Yo,
everybody?
Cam with a Twitch Prime. Yes, sir.
I believe so, Your Honor.
Very
Please,
good.
please.
All right, order in the court. Order in the court. After careful deliberation, the court has come to the conclusion that the circumstances around this case indicate that because Mr. Bullet is an exceptional driver,
ooh,
it is most likely that the incident that occurred on Swiss Street was in fact a brake check, which would have indicated to police at that time that the plaintiff was the plaintiff and his accomplice there were not valuing the lives of officers, which would have allowed them to take lethal action in order to apprehend both of the suspects. However, the court also notes that Officer Knight needs to work on his aim because he indicated that he was trying to shoot at the tires, where he did incidentally hit Mr. Rami.
And before he gets
because that was not the intent, but because Mr. Rami was injured in this attempted disabling of the vehicle,
get hit, bro.
The court is going to find Brian Knight and the LSP not at fault for this particular incident, but is going to award the plaintiff the sum of $3,700 for pain and suffering.
Wait, what the fuck? Are you gonna give these fucking criminals money? Is that what we're doing now?
$3,700. That's
Is
like
that it doesn't fucking matter.
Dude said 37. This is at $37, bro. Did you say $37 or 3,700? Bro, what? Fuck me. It is what it is, dude. Fuck it. Yo, Sebastian with a tier 1 for 7 months in a row. Damn, dude. So me and Rami made... Nice, bro. Still free money? True. Hey, they said I'm an exceptional driver. We're rich boys. I thought we'd get at least like 20, 30K. What the fuck? This dude really said $3,700, man. He's even no money? Bro, who gives a fuck, bro? Dude's complaining, we're gonna give these criminals fucking money? What the fuck? It's 3,700. Oh, but still, bro, you couldn't hold yourself in a court case, bro. Calm down. Did Rami, was I the only one who F8 quit? Did Rami F8 quit or no? You sad pretty. Look for a DM from Medi for what? Bro, we waited over 4 hours for them to do that RP. Is it not finished? Like, I don't get it. We literally waited for them.
Now, did everybody just do what I think they just did?
They did.
It seemed like it seemed.
Wait,
I am
what happened?
awarding nobody anything. Get the hell out of my courtroom.
Wait, what happened? I
Oh,
missed it.
yes, Your Honor. And I'm sorry in regards to my colleagues.
That is just fine, Officer Knight. I understand. I am just incredibly appalled at what I just saw.
That happened to me in my court case too, Archie.
Officer Knight, I may want to speak with you and a few others about stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Offline, sir. Offline, elsewhere, conference call kind of thing. But not for now, sir. I do
Yes, sir.
apologize for speaking out of turn. I would like to thank everybody for coming
Wait,
here.
what's he mad about? I don't get it. Fuck it, we just don't do court cases ever again, boys. Fuck it. The 4 hours or 3 hours of waiting. F8 quit? Bro, I have to literally wait another 30 minutes to get into the server now. I'm a witness, you can leave at any time. True.